in the thing, in the YouTube studios. Chat, are we live? Can you see the things that we are saying? Let's see. Wait until they say yes, we are live. It's always a fun time.
Looks
Nobody's
like it is
saying
on
anything.
YouTube.
We are. I can confirm we are live.
Oh, you can confirm we're live. Okay, excellent. Good evening, Dungeon Masters. I'm Baron Drop. I'm joined by 3 esteemed judges here. Indestructo Boy, who was in the title description, that was going to be a judge for our event, had to drop out because he has the flu, unfortunately. Of course, I'm not sure that he got the message that he's off the hook, so he may wake up 30 minutes late and like frantically join, which would be hilarious. So anyway, we've got a lot of content to cover today. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the Game Jam. It's been really fun for this year's theme to watch all the different game stuff come in. But we've only got 2 hours because we get a hard stop at like 9 o'clock. So we're going to try and get through 8 modules in 20 minutes a pop. That way we have enough time for a little bit of cushion to actually discuss who the winner is. So, provide us your scathing commentary and feedback and charming support in the chat. We'll try and get to the questions. And I guess first, we're going to look at number 8 by Black MC Travic. I'm not sure how you pronounce the name. Travis K, maybe? Jester's Caldera. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Jester's Caldera. And nope, that's not it. Yay, trouble abounds. Stop screen sharing. Why does it not work? So while I'm figuring out technical difficulties, Tyler, how about you introduce yourself here?
Hello. Yes.
And we can go around the table.
Yeah, sure. I'm Tyler Stratton. I am from Limithron. Did I wear my work shirt? Nope, totally forgot. But we're the makers of Pirate Borg. My brother is Luke Stratton. I'm the quartermaster, do logistics and game management and conventions and all that jazz. And I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a judge panel. So yeah, thanks for having me, Baron.
Thanks for having me. Jordan.
Yeah, so I'm Jordan of the Flute Salute YouTube channel and blog website. And I've been pretty inactive the last 2 years, but I had a delightful message from Baron this morning. He's like, "Are you still doing stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." You got something? So yeah, here I am. I like to talk about D&D 5e mostly, especially Curse of Strahd and stuff. But I have played a little bit of Shadowdark, so happy to be checking this out.
And Joseph?
I'm Joseph R. Lewis, and I write adventures. I've been publishing adventures in lots of different systems over the last 8 years, and over the last year or so, I've really gotten into Shadowdark, and I have a bunch of Shadowdark stuff coming out soon. In fact, I've just published a Shadowdark thing last month, so excited to do this.
Excellent
stuff.
Oh yeah. According to Tyler, I've heard from through Tyler, I've heard Luke believes that you were one of the best OSR adventure writers in the industry right now.
He does say that.
Yes, often and loudly. Yeah,
he does.
Often and loudly.
And the reason is because I told him to say that a year ago, and he has not stopped saying it.
So what can I get him to say about me? That's the question.
Checks in the mail. So
chat, can we see my screen sharing correctly?
I can.
Excellent. All right. So here we go. Yeah. For the Shadowdark Entertainment System, Jester's Caldera. I hope everyone also has the PDF downloaded on their own machine as we go through these. So let's get into it. It looks like, did they do the, it looks like it's a US letter, half folded, right? It looks like it's a booklet. Yes. Okay. Looks like it's a point crawl. The Mine House, Salamander Outpost, Guardian's Den. Okay, so the first fold is a map. I like the usability at the table with the front fold being a map.
Good table of contents.
Yep, good table of contents. And okay, so
I like
So
that the map had not just the locations, but also a little note about the location just to help you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
further.
clutch.
Yeah. Okay. So something that was required in every module is that they have to tell us what the 3 NES games inspired their work that they were assigned. So you can see on page 3 here that what game is this?
McDonald's kids.
Oh gosh.
McDonald's kids. Oh wow. Oh, but they also got Rampage. That's
Rampage is the only one I know, and that's
Yeah.
That's a great one though.
MC Kids Gyromite. That is that like a helicopter shoot 'em up game with bombs? It's like Bomberman in helicopters. All right.
Puzzle platform game.
A puzzle platform game.
Yeah.
What is a puzzle is
I
that
don't-
like what is it? Portal before Portal?
Yeah.
All right. So a generation ago, a month ago, just now. I love that sounds like somebody tell me, is that the 3 M's of adventure context that I have talked about on my channel manifesting itself as a framework? Or is that just a serendipitous coincidence? So the prosperous frog dwarf clans of Stigl Caldera destroyed themselves. A month ago, the Jester Rhonda located and identified one of the keys. She's entrusted her secret key to Havlin the Masked. Rhonda is recruiting adventurers to pursue Havlin in the Caldera and recover the key. Unbeknownst to any of the parties, both keys are required to open the vault. So we've got 2 keys floating around. Rhonda is trying to recruit the PCs and doesn't want her nemesis to get a hold of the key. That's pretty much the gist that I'm getting here. Secret way in and out of the Caldera. Legend has it the dwarves holded millions of gold coins inside. What do you guys think about rumor tables like this? So we can't verify this just yet, obviously, but I like knowing like if it's partially true or true, false. Yeah, I like having just a little bit of. I don't want to have to do like mental labor.
Yeah, it's nice when
agree
they
with
give you
that.
some context when that's like how to use it or yeah, exactly that. Like this is true, or the truth is as follows. Yeah,
No, I'm on record as being against false rumors too, so I would want to know.
that's right. That's right.
Okay,
Oh,
Joseph, how do you feel about partially true rumors, though?
I do like that because it usually points the players in the right direction just for the wrong reason, and then they can still go on and find the adventure.
Right, but like you time. Not a red herring. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really like rumors that are truthful to get players hooked on things and get them in a direction. And then the lies are for like NPC interactions about like more specific things, not like where the characters have to go. So I like rumor tables.
Nice. Okay, so now we're getting into the actual dungeon crawl here, or I guess it's a point crawl.
we got a Kelsey Dion in the chat.
Ooh, Kelsey
Hey,
is
hello.
present.
Creator of Shadowdark. What's up?
Hey, Kelsey.
What up?
So
I'm gonna be on my deathbed and be like, what up? Sorry. I swear to God.
it's just gonna be. Is that? Oh my gosh, what brand is that? Is that Doritos commercial?
Bud Light
No,
commercial?
it's a Bud Light commercial. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bud
from
Light.
like Super Bowl like 99 or something like that.
Yeah. And they did the reboot.
Yeah. Or Xbox. I don't know. Anyways.
Okay.
Back to this cool adventure.
Common features. Yeah. Back to this adventure here. Below ground passageways are expertly carved with pale pumice. Tunnels between locations double, near in length. The map grid is 10-inch squares. This is something that's always been funny to me about just the organic culture within the Shadowdark community specifically. Like, because, just to like riff on this a little bit, everybody loves, it's like this weird dichotomy. Everyone loves the fact that you get like these prepositional phrases as a form of measurement, but then at the same time they want the very strict grid lines in the dungeon. It's like on the maps. It's very funny to me. Caldera is unsafe. Check every 3 rounds for okay. The guardian beast is on duty. 50-50 chance it's an ape or lizard. Wait a minute. Did I miss something about?
Do we have a wandering
Okay, here we go.
monster
The
table?
PC's characters attempting this will need to avoid falling. Each turn, climbers may also be spotted by the guardian beasts. So we have
That's where
something
the
about
rampage
guardian
game-
beasts. Say that again.
That's where the rampage game comes in, right? They at the beginning.
Nice.
They're inspired by
Good
the
call. Good call.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the guardian
It's not
beast.
Frank House.
There are no windows in their current location, or they are very stealthy. The characters are traveled overland in the Caldera. Guardian beasts. One of the guardian beasts is here. Could be brooding. Ooh.
It could be inside the room. It's much smaller than I was imagining then.
Yeah.
It's not Godzilla,
Mhm.
which was a much cooler image that it's outside the window and you have to duck and hide.
Guardian
Right.
Beast, Rampage Defender of the Striggle Caldera, AC 15, 57 HP, Smash Grab, Swallow. So he's pretty big.
He's big enough to swallow.
Yeah.
This layout's really interesting that the numbered items are spots in the room. I don't think I've seen that before.
Right?
Hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I don't love it, but it's still, but it's new. It's new. I'm digesting.
Yeah.
My instinct though is when my players like walk into the room, what do I say? Like, what is the
Right.
first thing they see? And it looks like I'm going to need to
Ah,
parse
yeah.
this whole block to figure out what's up front and what's in the back.
That's
Right.
always tough
And that
because like
feels like work.
OSR is a very like you don't have to read it until they enter it is often the layout. So
Right.
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, which is funny because like on the maps, like on the mini maps of each room, you get also like 2 Wizard's Tower, 2 Vault. So like they used words there, but then used numbers. And also and now I'm getting really nitpicky. The labels for the rooms are not bolded. And there's other than like I guess the monsters, there's nothing bolded to help me parse out really quickly what is
Yeah.
actually going on in the room.
No,
yeah,
I agree. The
yeah,
structure is not helping me.
Right.
yeah.
It's like Wizard's Tower, there's Smorks. Like that's where my eye immediately goes. And Professor Hector is holed up there, terrified of the Smorks below. Great cacophony if the characters barge in. So we got a Wizard's Tower with dwarf skeletons. There's a wand of burning hands in the room. An arch bridge. Twin one-story barrel towers. House. Circular stairs. I can't speak. The stairs are covered by wooden trapdoors. The guardian beast on duty keeps a careful eye. Only one person may cross the bridge at a time. The trapdoor to the east is jammed. What's below? Yeah, that's interesting. There's no below the arch. Like, what's below the arch?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pool
like
of
what's
acid,
the river?
Bottomless
Yeah.
abyss. What's
Is it a
that?
bottomless? Let's scroll
I don't
up
know.
here.
What's
Oh,
it's
wait
a minute.
it's that
Arch
no,
bridge
it's that
exposing
brown
crossing
it's,
to the vault. Yeah.
it's an upsetting
Yeah.
brown thing on that graphic.
Yes. Too much X
Oh
lags.
yeah, I
Yeah.
see it. An upsetting brown thing.
I won't speculate on what that might be.
It's a Monty Python bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those
Okay.
nights.
Okay.
It says crossing over a dried riverbed
Mm,
on number 3.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's less.
But
upsetting.
see, that should be bolded, right? Like
It should be
we
clear.
shouldn't have to hunt for that. So
Yeah.
like
I'm probably making everybody seasick by scrolling back up to look at the map.
No, you're fine.
do other people have access to see this?
Yeah,
just-
anybody can. So in the link on the description of the live stream, you can go to the results page for the game jam. I can't talk.
Yeah.
And download and check out all the games that everyone submitted. There, I think we had like 68 games,
Nice.
something like, or 68 supplements.
Not to
Uh,
hijack your chat here, but like other people, we'd love to hear your comments about it as well. Drop a rating of what you think as well, you know?
What's
And fun
interesting about this one is it's number 2 rank for usability. That seems what really made it go
really?
up in the ranks. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a
So-
look at that.
So the rankings from the main page are what people have voted on already.
Yeah, so
Okay,
if
got
you
it.
go in, just to divert back over to the Game Jam page on the results tab, there is a like an overall ranking. So Jester's Caldera
Yeah.
got number 8. They were in 8th position. But yeah, Jordan, you're correct. The usability is rank number 2. Overall was number 8. Vibes was 17 and inspiration was 14 for this.
Okay, cool. I see this. This is very cool.
So now that I'm staring at it, I'm starting to make sense of the structure. So,
Okay.
So like their number 4 is a dormitory. Underneath that, there are basically 4 locations, and each one has a little bit of read aloud text, which is the numbered paragraph. And then whatever is under that is the further details. It's not called out very specifically, but there is a structure here, and I'm starting to get it.
Okay.
So I like it more now. I would like it even more if the bulleted items were clearly linked to something in the read aloud text.
Yeah.
So I knew what was calling out.
So you refight their battle in a spectral melee. This feels like, what's it called? That feels like a head nod over to oh my goodness, what is the adventure? Old School Essentials, Hollow Oak something. There's a hole in the oak. Is that what it's called? Yeah. God, that's got to be like the deepest cut I've ever made on this channel. And it could be totally a coincidence. In the center of the battle are 2 dwarven ghosts whose spirits remain strong. Garger and Munger. He is possessed to take on mortal forms and finally finish the fight.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's cool.
The Dwarven Ghost wants for their clan to win the ancient conflict, for dwarven treasures to remain at the rest in Striggle Caldera.
Rows of bunk beds and moldering linens. Yeah, you know what? Now that you do mention that, I guess I'm just so used to. It's a bit of a trip.
Yeah,
to
it's
switch from
in an unusual way.
Yeah,
but the one you were just reading, that number 3. So the read aloud makes sense. There's rows of bunk beds. There's nothing there that says there are any footlockers. So I don't know that the bullet is going to give me information about the footlockers. So it's
right.
So it's still going to be tripping to try to catch up if I was playing this live.
Right. Officer's mess. With a grand table and large windows overlooking a caldera floor, single richly adorned dwarf skeleton sits at the table. A dagger pierced through his skull. What are these smorks?
I was just going to ask.
Yeah. What are they? Are these like stingbats but different?
I assume they're snorks, but different.
Come along with the smorks.
Oh, they don't look like smorks at all. They're birds.
With the smorks.
Beef-ball-sized flightless birds, unthreatening but annoyingly loud.
Wants
AC 10,
turnips.
HP 1.
You gotta love a good, HP 1.
Extremely annoying monster.
No, minions are great.
Yeah.
You want to know where
seriously.
the name came from, though, if it's a reference to something.
It's got to be from one of the 2 video games.
Yeah, it's the gyro puzzle game. It said the inspiration was one of them was the smork.
Ah, okay.
Ah, nice.
Beach ball sized flightless bird. That might be more annoying than a stingbat. I think smork is now canon in my brain. Smorks are a thing. They're going in my next adventure. All right. Let's see here. 3rd floor, 2nd floor, 1st. Okay, so the stepped tower. Where is this guy at? In the stepped tower, the ziggurat. This is hypothetically the entrance, right? Am I crazy?
No, you're right. It's number 5.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Number 5 is
the
the entryway into the caldera. It's interesting that they would set
Right. Why is that 5?
this here.
Yeah. Why not make it 1?
Yeah. Pillars carved as dwarves hold up the high ceiling. In grand entry hall, skeletons of dwarf warriors guard the floor. Stairs downward, east and west. Warriors died violently in a destructive melee. The stone bears a message, and dwarvish visitors come. The peaceful kingdom of Striggle Caldera. Recent tracks left by Hector the Sage.
This is a lot of column space, and I'm not seeing anything to interact with or do. There's a lot of information, but there's no trap, there's no monster, there's no NPC.
Yeah, like what does out of the 5 rooms in a dungeon, which room is this, from a design standpoint?
It's the entrance hall that tells you the story, the background.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's the foyer.
The foyer.
Every good dungeon needs a foyer.
We'll be waiting the characters here when they attempt to leave the caldera. Dust cover them, moldering ledgers.
Blake the cat said had to make the buildings in a weird order to fit them all in the format.
I've encountered that problem.
That is a thing.
Oh, layout is hard? Damn. I didn't know.
Oh, get Luke in here. No, Luke has solved that problem.
He'd be like, just write in it. You're fine.
Of course, then you could ask the folks over at Markborg. They're like, layout, what's that? We just put artwork in it.
We just draw.
You mean Johan Nor? Sorry, I'm probably saying it wrong. Yeah. The folks. There's no folks. There's one folk.
There's a one guy.
There's two. It's two. It's Johan and Pella,
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
And they'd go back and forth. I mean, they talked about it on the Ship of the Dead podcast. Not to plug it, sorry. But they talk about how one person would write something and one person would then draw off of it, but then the reverse would happen just as often. It's like 50-50.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool relationship.
Yeah.
So I got to ask a question.
Sure.
My limited knowledge of Shadowdark and how it's supposed to play out. As a GM preparing for this, is the flow generally like the players get to this point and whenever there's a bolded part with the monsters, you're supposed to roll to see if they're friendly or not, and it could be combat or could be not. And then there's also the darkness and the torch part of Shadowdark, right?
Correct.
So how does this flow so far from what we've read? Like, how do you see it kind of going?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Because like that's why I keep on bouncing back up to the map to like orient myself every time we look at this, because it's kind of hard for me to get my head around.
Is there a random encounter table at the end, maybe?
Yeah, there is. There is a D10 table. Yes.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Yeah.
And the smorks are supposed to trigger random encounter rolls.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting and different.
Yeah.
Well, they're loud. That makes sense.
And there is a vault. Like the 8th location is a vault that when it's opened, lava flows out and begins to fill the room and stuff. So that sort of feels like a climax moment.
No, I like that.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah. And it fills in the high damage, takes a certain number of turns or rounds to fill the room. Like that's a good mechanic ender.
Classic 1980s video game climax.
Yeah.
Yes,
oh God.
Run away. The music's playing faster.
The music's going faster. Small but lush stand of trees.
Know if you want these warnings, but we're coming up on 20 minutes.
No, I was just about to ask for a time check to see how far we were going here.
I'll keep it going for the next one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Quartermaster.
Yeah, you can be our torch timer, Governor. Okay.
Your torch is getting low.
A mine house, 2-story staging building for the mines below. Salamanders? Where are the salamanders? Dwarf ghost. I love all these little 8-bit characters.
Yeah, those are nice.
The little 8-bit character artwork is really nice.
I'm also really loving the tiny maps, the isometric maps for every room. That's a huge amount of detail and effort. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, that's great.
Especially for a 3-week game jam.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That does help with the numbers that are on there. You can immediately it's missing the bold we were talking about, but it is easy to identify. Oh, 1, that's the door.
Right.
2, that's the pillars. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. 1, adamantine doors.
I want to draw attention to this insert coin bolded bit under the guardian beasts. Like that must be inspiration from something, right?
Yeah, it's got
that's very specific.
It wasn't Rampage like not just in an NES game, but also frequently a arcade game.
It was an arcade game. I played it in the arcade.
Yeah.
I don't remember the new dwarf peasants, but that's cool.
Please. I guess it's the dwarf peasant was polymorphed into the guardian, and their clothes burst off.
It's natural
because they became huge.
Oh, was that how Rampage worked? Were they?
I don't know.
Turned into monsters? I don't
know. Maybe that's something I haven't seen. Oh, I guess the turnips are from. No, that would be Mario. Where is the McKids thing coming from? That's interesting. I don't know what McKids is,
I
so
don't either.
yeah, or MC Kids. Haveland the
Let me
Mask.
see.
Stats per thief, +4 dex, gloves of
MC
agility.
Kids, a 1992 platform video game developed and published by Virgin Games. I know that's not helpful.
Managed to get through the wizard's tower. He's now stuck and afraid of the Smarks, who only wants his turnips. Cool. I
It's
love
about-
the cover on the back.
No, a lot of excellent.
Yeah,
effort
me
went into
too.
The design and the layout and the setup. This is really well
Yeah.
done.
I actually
It's
think
really
that
well
last page is graphically my favorite. The cover is really nice.
Totally agree.
Same with the first page too. It's well
Yeah.
done there. And MC Kids
Okay.
Mac and Mick travel into the fantasy world of McDonald Land in order to return Ronald McDonald's magic bag.
Sure.
People in the
Cool.
chat seem to be getting it more than I am. They say it's Rhonda the Clown, Haviland the Hamburglar, and then says that in Rampage they shrank back down and shuffled away, covering themselves.
Yes, that's totally right.
God,
Okay.
yeah.
Vividly.
Okay. Thank
So I was
you,
like, she's
chat, for
naked.
educating us.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So let's check out. Lastly, do we have any final thoughts about Jester's Caldera?
A lot of great effort, a lot of great art, a lot of great layout choices. I'd be interested to read it more in depth, but I'm impressed.
What Joe said. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you just said as well.
Yeah, it takes some getting used to with any, I think, supplement from anybody to get used to like the organization and the style. But once I understood how it was all laid out, it made sense.
Right. Yeah, I think my biggest issue is I would like to see something other than just the monsters bolded, just so that I can orient myself
I would
more
too.
quickly.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
an easy fix though.
It
You
is.
know, like
It is.
you can update that
that's it.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. In 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going on to number 7, Battlewugs.
Oh, heck yes.
Yes.
Oh, my
It's-
beloved
oh, look.
Battletoads.
It's
Battletoads,
still-
Zelda 2, and Solomon's Key are the inspirations.
Solomon's Key. That's a deep cut.
Yeah,
This
all
is my
right.
whole childhood being laid out in front of everyone.
Yeah, what I think was really funny about this is the 3 random adventures is sometimes you get stuff that's really wacky and it synthesizes into like the most awesome concept imaginable, but then like people are like, oh, I want like Crystallis and Legend of Zelda and like some other extremely on brand fantasy one, and it because they all kind of homogenize into like one fantasy thing, everyone's favorite video games turn out to be not very inspirational after all. So
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that.
but like Battlewugs, Solomon's Key, and Link is a great mix-up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I love the readout that said that Battletoads was the inspiration because it was way too hard, the grueling difficulty. I got a special joystick just so I could slow down Battletoads to try to
no
win it.
way.
Yes,
That's wild.
slow down mode. It's the
And
hardest game
Zelda
ever.
2 has got to be one of the most difficult NES games ever. One of the most difficult video games ever, as far as I'm concerned. I still have yet to beat that game personally, now that I'm sitting here thinking
Well,
about it.
Kelsey's in the chat saying that Zelda 2 is one of the reasons that Shadowdark is so mean. It had an impression.
Nice.
Excellent.
That's
Nice.
Excellent.
Deep,
Perfect.
deep roots then.
great. Yes, absolutely. Solomon's Key. I don't think I've ever played Solomon's Key.
I remember it dimly.
Dimly. Let's see. To add an element of
Keys
pressure,
mostly.
fully
yeah.
lit dungeon. Oh, a lifetimer. The character Jaina is also a nod to the game's protagonist, as are the helpful fairies. All right. All
Random
crawlers
encounters
in
table.
Battlewugs are level 0, ascending to level 1 only if they successfully complete the dungeon. And we have using your tongues to fill your real weapon. Each player has 4 Battlewugs prepared. So you have 4 different colors of Battlewugs. That's
Perfect.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone gets 4 Battlewugs. Bog juice is a potent beverage. And now you can roll a d6 to get different bog juices. I guess they're like potions. Your table, if consumed, roll on the table below. to discover the effect. So nobody knows what they do until you drink them. Okay.
Roll for surprise.
Yeah. So the map's on page 4.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yep.
Do you guys think that the numbers should be oriented facing, vertical rather than horizontal?
I think that it's not a problem as long as whatever the facing pages are, as long as the facing pages are all oriented the same direction, it doesn't bother me. Because I understand if you need to reorient the map just to make everything make sense.
Sure.
That's fine. But page 3 should also be a 3-column spread oriented in the same direction.
Yeah.
So you
I
turn
can
the
see
whole,
why they would've-
you want to turn the whole page sideways.
I want to turn the whole, because if it's a booklet, I want to turn like this is sort of the issue with the challenge. If you decide to give yourself the challenge of going booklet format, everybody, we judge it as a booklet. So I want to be able to spin the booklet so that I can look at the map. And I feel like with the numbers being on the map, if you had gone a 3-column, or if the author had gone a 3-column direction here instead of just one page, it could have opened them up to have descriptions, just 3 to 5 word descriptions of each room rather than just a number, so that I can kind of orient, wait a minute, I am in this room. And, that way, if I'm looking at the map and somebody asks me what's down the hallway, and I know it's a kitchen, where there's pots and pans on fire, I can say, okay, you're in that room. You smell smoke coming down the hallway.
And this room, the map has enough space, if you're looking at it in its orientation, top left corner between room 1 and 10, you could drop in exactly what you're saying, just a simple key. It's 3 OSR bolded words for each one, or even just titles.
Right.
I think that you could have taken the map and rotated across the 2-page spread and then put all of those words for all of the rooms next to the rooms.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of detail.
Yeah.
In a very useful interactive map in that fashion.
And then, and then move the approach, dungeon features, and random encounters down below it. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah. All of that information could have been stacked with the map into the map.
That could have been three columns or even 4 columns along the bottom, two columns at the bottom on each page. Yeah.
Okay.
The stink timer, the clean confines of the swamp. Cleansing facility are anathema to the Battlewugs. By the way, I know it sounds like we're eating all of these adventures for lunch here, but I hope everyone is gathering really good feedback or just ideas in general of how to just make better adventures writ large. That's kind of the goal here.
Also. I mean, on the flip side, how often do you get to have 4 professional or semi-professional adventure, D&D or RPG creators talk about your stuff? So yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You want to know what could be better, right? If you're just it's perfect, don't change anything. You don't learn anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I say that I have written 4 pages that have been published. Okay. So I'm a logistics guy.
Let's see. Stink Tamer, Swamp Fairies Manifestation. You can magically create soothing swamplands. Restoring the Battlewugs. The pools they create dissipate after 5 minutes. It looks like this is going to get real weird. There is a oh my gosh, I always get it mixed up. Kerning or tracking in typography. It looks like there was a strategic decision to track out the letters, so that's the space between.
It is a little more wide.
Yeah.
I would have appreciated it being bigger.
Yeah, that's fine to do if it's a heading, like random encounters here, but it makes it on this really small font difficult to read. In fact, I might even say that the leading, which is the space between lines of text, they call it leading because it's thin strips of lead that they would put between each line of text on an original lead and ink roller printing press. That might also need to be taken in a little bit for readability purposes.
Oh, and this is totally different. The formatting.
Yeah, now you're down to 2 columns per page.
Yeah.
2 columns per page, yeah.
And the characters. It's all very different.
Swamp cleaning facility. So is the adventure taking place in a swamp cleaning facility.
It said Link is the villain who takes princesses to cleaning facilities in May.
Okay.
Battlewugs Shadowdark Gauntlet Centers. Okay, swamp cleaning facility. As they drain her magic, the marsh is cleaned, making it inhospitable for all Battlewugs. Hilarious.
Fun premise.
So I'm excited about this very familiar looking text layout. We got a little block of read aloud, and all the bolded things lead down into the items below. So aces on
Right.
that. I appreciate
cool.
that.
Yeah.
How Shadowdark is that, Joe?
It's becoming more so. Kelsey and I have talked about her evolving style, which is more to this. So
Yeah.
if you look at the newer Cursed Scrolls, they look more like this.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's exactly what I was wondering.
Mhm.
The evolution.
They look more like mine. I started doing this 8 years ago. No,
Yeah.
no.
I mean,
it's-
Luke literally
I find
sat
this-
down and was like, "I'm going to write an adventure like Joe," so and then copied it. So
All right, settle down.
yeah. That's why we called you.
There are 3 glass tubes run from the floor. It would have been cool to see like a section of the map on this spread.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that when there's a little tiny key. You know, the last
Yeah.
adventure had a bit of it, but
Yeah.
when there's a small key, even if it's just on just the top right corner of both pages for all 4 or whatever,
Mhm.
it's so helpful to not have to switch back and forth. But you know, space is also premium.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, clearly they are trying to use the entire column to get as much information as possible. And I
Right.
appreciate that. But at this density, I also want even more breakdowns, like sub bullets or something, to help
Yeah.
parse
Mhm.
faster.
Yeah, this is quite a bit of text.
Yeah.
Battlewugs to enter.
It's funny, there's this, and then you open any 5e product, and you're like, "Gunk."
I know.
Yeah.
It's it's nitpicking at this point.
Like you
This is
used
very good.
200 words? How dare you?
No, this is solid.
Yeah. There's a Battlewug name table further down. I props to that.
Oh, is there?
I love that. Yeah.
Bleaching vats. A
know
ledge
I'm
gives
skipping
way
ahead.
to an
A
L-shaped
washing
pit.
machine trap.
Viscous white liquid. A tube stands above the platform.
Is the swamp shark a monster later on? They didn't bold it in the column 2 when it says there's one. in
Yes.
that-
Yes, it is. A
Mm,
fat
okay.
swamp predator with 6 stubby legs to propel it on land, teeth with like short swords.
Cool.
You're
Bleach
seeing tons of interactivity in almost every one of these bullets. There's a lever to pull, a button to switch, an NPC to free. There's something to do in like every one of these items. I think that's great.
Which that's so
Right.
I mean, this is your point, but translates to player choices.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, and that's awesome that's the hardest thing I have at the table. Like I can describe what someone's seeing all the time, but when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to give you choices. I always have to, yeah. Oops.
Hmm.
Yeah, fun little doodads to push and pull and problems to solve.
Yeah. No, I love interactivity. This is really
Yeah.
good.
Hmm.
There's traps, environmental hazards, all the good things.
Code is 1, 2, 3, P4 and can be found on the receptionist files. Of course, it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's my luggage combination.
Cast a spell, creating a pool of stinking swamp liquids that renew the stink timer. Wait a minute. Was it the stink timer? Oh, I think we got an inconsistency here. Was it a life timer elsewhere called? Am I crazy? No, it was.
No, I
called a
remember the
timer.
stink. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, it's just me daydreaming. Okay, a large circular wooden cylinder with a bronze central column. The curved walls are marked with spikes. A pair of clean elven breeches is stuck on the spike at the far end. The cleaning cycle. Where did the cleaning facility specifically come from? Is that something from Battletoads?
Not that I recall, but again, that game killed me like on level 3 for
Yeah.
several years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. Do you know where that came from?
We'll stand by. Kelsey says, I prefer to have the read aloud be more primed for the GM so they don't have mental load trying to turn extreme abbreviation into a description.
I absolutely
Interesting.
agree.
It's
Hmm.
absolutely wonderful to have the designer commenting on this as we go. Very cool.
Hmm.
As someone who's
take,
played and run a lot of different adventures that were written in many different styles for different systems that I've then adapted into whatever system I'm playing at the time, I've seen so much density and complexity and different philosophies, and sometimes it turns into a huge amount of work. And I know a lot of GMs like prep time where they spend hours with a highlighter figuring out how to run something. I don't like that at all. So anything that makes it easier for me to go as close to zero prep and to just run it as written and to understand it easily, I love very much. So I love this.
My next video is going to be discussing that very sort of thing, framing from the Dungeon Crawl Classics controversy that
my gosh,
stirred up on the Questing Beast channel.
Good luck.
Hot topic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So the washing machine trap. The room begins with spin cycle. It spins violently. Interesting. Decks to stay standing up. I feel like that's one of those situations where, and this is really nitpicky, where there's like some justification for dex or strength, so I'll let you use one or the other, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like strength is like the thing here. Like it doesn't matter how dexterous you are. If you're not holding on to something, you're going to get knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a centrifuge. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Steam starts to fill the room. The sound of flowing water. Scalding hot water starts to fill the room. Killing any inside on round 5. That's a serious trap.
Well, it's a funnel, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's like a little bit more forgiving to be like, you're dead. Like
you could have
a sudsy meat grinder.
Bear, we're entering the 5-minute timer for
excellent.
this adventure.
Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, so I've got to get through reading this.
Yeah. While you read that, I think this is interesting. In the Lee inked thing, I think he's cool written, but the parry once per day, if an attack would kill him, he rolls an opposing attack. I find it interesting that once per day, like when would it ever be more than once? Because like in a grinder, it's not going to be a multi-day adventure.
Right.
It's just an interesting choice. I mean, I'm picking out one thing on like a whole sentence. I'm just caught my eye. I like this telegraphs moves though thing. Whenever possible, each round links alternates between his longsword and boomerang. Very like video game, like boomerang attack, like
right.
Very video game.
The brass throne on a central dais stands the chamber's center. The tubes.
Items. Love the random gear table. Love a name generator. Helps set the mood. We even have titles for them. That's great.
Yeah. It's hard for me reading these to orient myself.
Of what's what?
Like where each.
Oh, I'm not even trying to track on where they are.
Yeah. Like
it is nice that they're in order, but
yeah, it is in order, but
I don't think, unless I'm mistaken, there's no like this connects to blank.
No, yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so the tough thing about that is at reality of running that at the table is that when I'm on, page 8 or page 6 running a room, if I don't have the map printed out separately, I have to keep flipping back to the map to see like, what does this connect to? And then if I don't remember what room number 1 is or room number 6 is, like then I have to go look up what those rooms are.
Right.
So definitely a reference that on a second pass that could be cleaned up, I think. But like each room, like as you said, Joe, each room has stuff going on. Each of these monsters has a little bit of different alternate abilities. That's all great. Like,
no, there's tons of fantastic content. I wish it was a little more visually accessible for my aging eyes, just in terms of size and spacing. Yeah. I'm so excited about concluding the dungeon. With Link defeated the swamp cleansing facility, inexplicitly explodes in a fiery conflagration. That's fantastic. Baffling the elven scientist. Yes, things could just explode at the end for no reason. That's fantastic.
There's a good point here. What happened to room 6? Ooh. There is no.
Can we skip it?
Oh no,
not us.
Oh yeah,
there's no room 6.
There's no room 6.
Did it slide to another page?
Oh man, did it accidentally flow in like a text window
Oh no.
or in a text file
I
to
think
the or not a
on
text file,
5, it
Maybe
just
it
goes
goes
from 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
Yeah,
Yeah. Watch room 8, 9.
good call.
The layout ate it.
Nick liked the soup. Pointed it
Yeah,
out.
random gear table. It's a D12 table that says 1d6. And I've seen a couple other like weird typos like that, which
Yeah.
aren't a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
we understand it's a game jam.
Sure.
Yeah. And,
Yeah. Like you're rusty
fix that in
because
the
it's
future.
not.
Love to know what that room is. But like another like thing is there's not a key elsewhere for me to know. Like if that wasn't there, I could make it up if I knew what the designer
Sure, if
wanted.
it had a name. Yeah.
Right.
Well, sorry, beating a dead horse here. Okay, yeah. So 2-minute warning. I guess final thoughts.
I love the content. I love the structure. I wish it was more visually accessible in a couple tweaks, but I think that with just another day or two of work, this could be perfect in my opinion. I'm very excited about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan, what about you? You've been quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have the least experience with these compared to y'all, so I'm also kind of just listening. But as someone who I do like to be able to pick it up and at least get the gist of how it's gonna go. I'd love these to have kind of like at the beginning, like this is how it might go generally based on how their decisions. So I kind of can wrap my head around it up front. And so when I get to different parts, I'm like, oh, I know what part of the like flow of the story this would be. Even if it was just like a paragraph, and maybe there was one and I missed it, but in general, those work really well for me to orient me before I get into all the minutia of the tables and the columns and stuff. And I agree with all the points y'all have been making, and that's just like my little contribution of what helps me with the flow right up front.
I think go ahead, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I think by putting something like what you're talking about, Jordan, on like this page 3, page 4, that could have like oriented everybody as like, here's the map, here's the breakdown of what's in each room. You know, this is where the major problem is. Go. Yeah.
That's the same thing when you sit down to play a new board game and someone says, look, you're playing Risk and your goal of the game is to conquer the world. And you're going to do that by doing these steps. It's like the same thing for adventures. Like, okay, now at least I understand it. I don't have to read every single page to be like, oh, now I understand what the designer wanted. It's nice to just say that up front, which I think the OSR is pretty good at doing compared to modern quote unquote RPGs.
Yeah.
All right, rad. Well, that's our 20-minute timer right there.
Excellent. My only last thing is there's 14 pages, which is not a booklet.
Is booklet 16?
Booklet is 16 pages. This is not a booklet.
Well, we need that page 6, room 6.
Get that room 6 in there, and then
room
add
6
that
in there.
stuff
And
at the front.
Like this stuff is great. I appreciate the thanks and the shout out there. This is the only artwork, which cool. That's awesome. But like we could have had with 2 more pages, you could have had more artwork. We could have had, little small map keys. There could have been a little bit more added to it, but we also know it's a game jam.
But we're going for 100% here, right? Like, like we know the restrictions and again, we keep saying it. Really awesome work in the time frame and the jam, and the effort.
Okay.
Like I would play this. All right, what's next?
Gangsters.
I'm keeping this moving, guys.
Gargoyles.
Yeah. No, Tyler's on top of it.
Thank you for being our quartermaster this evening.
Yeah, a professional assistant director who did this for 20 years. So that's what it's my name.
Okay, so Gangsters and Gargoyles is up next.
Ooh.
I mean,
what are our inspirations?
Yes. Ooh, they went hard mode. They did this in an NES booklet, NES info booklet.
Wow.
Oh.
This is our first NES info booklet, guys. And they went really hard because that's a very small page size. I can't remember off the top of my head, but for the record, it's like 4.5.
Oh, yeah.
4.5 by 5.25 is the page size. So it's not even like, it's like a quarter of a US letter each page.
Wow.
Nice.
And they went Montserrat with the text, which I understand. I understand they did that to call back to the Shadowdark trade dress. However, using such a round and tall X height letter form typeface on such small paper is a wildly brave decision for space concerns. So if this goes well, and the fact that it's in the top 8, kudos that you made it just a year before I even look at it.
I was just going to say it's highly legible. It's a good start.
Yeah. Written by Austin Holm, layout by Gabriel Watcher, illustrated by Kai Barnes. The inspirations are Bayou Billy, Gargoyles 2, and Super Glove Ball.
I've never even heard of these games.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, me neither.
These are deep cuts. All right, let's go.
Okay. So a house divided. Okay. A Rococo and Rocky. I love how we have like right out of this gate. It's almost like, you know, all right, I'm gonna get the what is it? Not the soliloquy, the prologue for Romeo and Juliet. A house divided, two houses, both alike in dignity. Here we go. You know, like immediately I'm made aware of what's going on.
Yeah, that's great.
So Jordan, this is kind of answering the kind of problem that you saw in the last adventure. Rocky.
It helps me visualize what are some choices the players can make to influence how this goes.
Right.
Like if you can get them to believe one of these things, this will happen. That's really helpful.
Right. Rolling will believe the Gargoyle's glove will earn his respect. They turn against each other if they think that their brother has the glove, is about to attack them, or has slandered them to Gordon. If one of the brothers kills the other, he will soon realize he was duped and will lay ambush for the crawlers. The 6 interior walls are destroyed by the power ball or the great gargoyle. The house begins to collapse. Fantastic.
Love that.
Fantastic.
Third act
Great.
timer. Hollywood's like major trope. The third act hits and you want a countdown to be going.
Is this a requirement of the jam? They all have to explode at the end? Because I love it.
Yeah, lava. Yeah.
I think that's just a nature of good video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, the like who said, which one of us said it? The music gets faster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so random encounters.
I love this. I love when you make a single list into a multifaceted list by changing the number of dice or the size of the die that you roll depending on circumstances. That's a really powerful, clever tool. I love it.
It's like a depth crawl.
Good work, author.
In a way, yeah.
That's depending on circumstance. Very good.
Yeah.
We had a cool little map that was labeled with words and not numbers.
Right.
Which is just going to make it slightly harder than to match it up with the blocks of text, but still pretty good.
Should they have done both, Jeff?
I would like both.
Okay. Easy fix, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Very easy.
Man, this is like OSR writing panel, basically. I mean, this is great.
So these aren't in alphabetical order. So are they in the? If there were numbers, are these in the numbered order?
Ooh, are they alphabetical? Music smashed.
Foyer,
Guest.
music room.
Foyer music.
I think they're in flow order. No,
in flow order. Foyer, smashed parlor, music room. Where's music room?
That's tough.
Oh yeah, that's.
I'm certain some choices were made here to what can fit. Like the
Starting in
ballroom's really big. Last
okay.
Gargoyle's really big.
Yeah, I've done the same thing where you start moving rooms around so the words will fit in the columns.
But if you didn't have to put it in order, if you put numbers on it, then whatever, like you could, it's weird though, if the map's not in numeric order, but the words are, but I guess it's okay. Door, secret or normal door. Boarded up, see-through. That's cool. What a fantastic community. It's just really cool. All right. So I need to actually read these now. I'm just like trying to orient myself. Like, how are the rooms? That's what I'm thinking through is like, how are the rooms organized according to the map and in the module? And like these first rooms are also the rooms that you first encounter.
Yeah. It looks like a Watcher DM in the chat says it's order of approach. So I think that the foyer, based on that diamond it has, that's where they enter. Is that right?
No. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Over here on the right, I did not get that till now, though.
I would have thought the sinkhole was it because it has that open side for some reason.
Yeah, it's not super intuitive.
You know, easily there's an extra space here in this keyed map. I think just make that one green or red or whatever color matches the style here, and add a key entrance. You know, start here or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get super. Oh wait, hold on.
There are multiple possible entries. Okay.
Yeah. Well, okay, all right, great.
I'm looking at the booklet. Is there a page texture on there, or is it black? Is that a trick of the light?
Looks textured to me.
No, I think there is a texture.
Yeah, there is a okay. My next question was like, is it rich black or is it black? Like,
Yeah.
how hard in the paint did they go on desktop publishing here?
Mm-hmm.
Rich black, by the way, for those who don't know, it's when you turn the K value on black up all the way to 100, but then also add roughly 25 to 30% mix of your other colors, so you can make like a red black by mixing magenta more heavily, so like 30% magenta, 20%
Print
cyan
shops
and
love
yellow.
that.
What? Oh,
Print
yeah,
shops love that
they
when you're
love that.
like, your values are 300% ink.
Yeah, don't do that. If you
Yeah.
go over like 150, what is it? The rule of thumb. If you mix more than a sum of 200%, you've gone too far.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, you
Stat
just get a
blocks on the
booklet that's
last
dripping
page-
wet when it shows up. It's fine.
Stat blocks on the last 2 pages. D20 gangster names and inspirations are all down there, just for
Oh, yeah?
later
So we can
reference.
bounce
Nothing
down there
unique
and look
in
at
there.
'em.
Excellent. Oh, cool.
That's good.
What is the back look? Ooh, created for 8-bit Shadowdark. So glove ball, Gargoyles 2, and Bayou Billy.
Glove ball sounds familiar. The other two I'm not getting.
Introduction Bayou Billy.
Love the art splattered through and
Right?
items, especially key items. Gargoyle glove being half a page, if you will, if you can call it that. This alligator sweet too. I know I'm not reading the rooms. I'm just enjoying the pretty pictures.
Okay. How many gangsters would we encounter? Is a D20 table enough? Or are you going to get repeats? Like, should this been like 2 columns or 3 columns? Like, you know,
think you need more?
Yeah, like a
D6
D20, like a D20 for
Well,
a first
here's
name,
the thing,
and then
though.
a D20 for a superlative, like Jimmy the Two-Face, or you know, and like you get something the something.
If you run into D6 gangsters or 4 of them at the bottom of the mine shaft, like he said, like a GM's not gonna be like, you run into
That's
Mikey,
fair.
Jimmy, Johnny.
You're not going to
you know,
introduce them.
Yeah. Fair.
You just like
That's good
it'd be like
pushback,
1
yeah.
per group.
Yeah.
And some of these are, you know, Mr. TNT, Mardi Gras, Lightning Rod, love it.
Moved. The Powerball is hard to control. First action is to smash the north wall.
I can see why this is rated highly.
Yeah. And they still had room. I feel, man, I'm gonna regret saying what I'm about to say.
Don't do it.
I think the leading is a little tight.
Oh my God.
I think the leading is a little tight. I would have liked to see, because the X height of these characters, the glyphs are so massive in Montserrat that giving just a little bit more leading, which, like, I think in the Shadowdark book, everyone go get their core rule book off the shelf and look at it. I think Kelsey went as
You joke,
wide
it's
of
not right
leading.
here.
Yeah. Went as tall of leading as you can possibly get away with before it starts becoming not quite legible. It's specifically, and you only could get away with the leading like that because the letter forms are so massive and chunky in Montserrat.
By the way, the names of the gangsters in this are from the game Bayou Billy.
Oh,
okay, cool.
There we
points.
go.
I'm writing that down on
There
my
we
notes.
go.
Thank you, Pat.
Mine shaft. Sealed room contained an opening hole. 2 mine cores. Pit. Tool room contains great axe. Conservatory contains 3 rot flowers.
So as I'm thinking about this, I got excited about the brothers at the beginning.
Mhm.
As I'm reading through it, it's not materializing for me. How do I set up the players to interact with them yet? I guess Master Bedroom, Mrs. Rocco is there. I kind of wish that, because the 2 brothers were highlighted at the beginning, I don't, if their names were like yellow or something, I don't know, something that makes them stick out.
Right.
Other than just bolding, that would help me personally.
No, that's reasonable.
Probably frowned upon for the style, but
No, I don't think
Still on
that
my
would
wish
be frowned
list.
upon at all. Especially like if it's like really clear key things, like even where
Yeah.
the glove is, having that be yellow, like to really screaming off the page, call it out. I think that's actually a really good idea.
I
to
think
use
it could be
an
really
alternate
cool
color.
if you use
Yeah.
the graphic of glove ball every time the glove showed up. You know, it was like in that text and color to just help draw your eye to it, but also like you're breaking the Shadowdark style, sure, but you're using the NES game it's all based off of.
Right.
I think the old NES manuals used to do that. They would put the pictures of buttons and icons in the text.
Yeah. No,
Learn it
absolutely.
So I wonder if
they
we'll
would.
see that in
Yeah.
any of the other entries. Yeah.
That'd be funny. The Gangsters will near able to make ranged attacks, but no solid ground between the two minecart tracks. Yeah, the just about every single room description is not just a dead, lifeless room. Like it does look like there is something interesting that can be picked up and shaken in just about every room. Not all of them, unless I'm.
No, the descriptions tend to focus on a thing that's happening.
Yes.
It doesn't set a scene, but it gives you a thing to interact with.
Right.
I'm literally taking notes on how to write for future adventures.
What I think is really interesting about this experience too, because now I've done 3 of them. This is the 3rd one, and I feel like, yeah, sure, I can offer my commentary, but like whenever I'm doing this with other judges, I'm also like absorbing a lot of their commentary and ideas myself. So part of this is also for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute here. Did we totally switch? Grotto.
How do you get to the rail shooter? I know I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, there's a grotto, but it's not on the map. The grotto atop the plinth carved to look like an intertwined gargoyles. Oh, is this an? Oh, it's just an object. Is the glove? The grotto. Am I missing it? When the Growlers leave the grotto, the minecart. Okay, there's the rail shooter. Where is the rail shooter? How do I get there? Sinkholes. Did I miss it?
No, I'm
2
confused.
rails,
Too.
each with a minecart. Is this in the mine shaft? Where's the mine shaft?
Mine shaft, rail shooter, grotto.
Okay.
Is what Austin says.
Right.
Grotto's underneath.
It wasn't quite clear to me. A sealed room containing 2 minecarts, twin tracks lead. Yeah, because it's not called the rail. Oh, here it is.
Well, it is.
The
It
rail
says C
shooter
opposite.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's nested.
It's just a little verbose. See rail shooter opposite.
I feel like that would be clear if the rail shooter heading just said rail shooter parentheses mine shaft to grotto or something like that.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably see this as a theme, like single sentence, just like saying what this connects to is very helpful. So again, not have to, like, when you're in the study, in order to know what the study really connects to, you have to flip back to the map. And now I get that that's a lot of real estate to put those words, especially in a small format. But it's something worth thinking about, especially for the main plot,
right?
If you will.
But it doesn't bother me so much in this form factor. Like, I get it because we're going super small. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But like, I was just scanning this and missed rail shooter because it wasn't bold. And when I went back, like, how do I actually get to the rail shooter?
Sure.
It was hard for me to see.
Yeah.
So what's really interesting about this exercise that we're doing is judging each of these in such short time and talking about them is we're judging them in a roughly the same amount of time that we would afford ourselves at the table if we were running
like
it.
to
And
prep.
we skimmed it for like 15 minutes beforehand.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're below the 5-minute mark here. So
We're making
getting to
good
the last
time,
couple
guys.
of bits before final thoughts.
Yeah. The first one I did with House DM and Josiah from Dungeon Dad. I'm actually wearing a shirt Josiah gave me at Gen Con last year. If you've been to Green Dragon Fest, you know the broccoli joke. If you don't, go to Green Dragon Fest and you will learn the broccoli joke. But yeah, it was myself and House and Josiah. Was there another person? I feel like there was one more that I'm forgetting now. It was 3 years ago. But we were live streaming for like 4 hours to get through 8 submissions. It was wild.
Yeah.
So thank you for keeping us on track here.
Oh yeah, no, sure. Yeah. So I guess what's the quintessential question? What's the climax of this adventure?
Yeah. The
That's the-
Powerball is the climax.
Yeah,
Unless
right?
here to its gelatine monolith. The Powerball is in danger of the creatures and structures around. Its head is a silver-sized ball. Every round initiative count 20. It rolls the Powerball moves table. Oh wait, where's the Powerball moves table?
On the same page on the right, D4 Powerball moves, breaks through a wall, shatters a wall completely, attack a creature in the room +0 or
Range
thrower's
attack.
range attack, and bounces around harmlessly. Yeah.
So there's a one. Okay, hold on. Let's think about that. Unless secured to its gelatine monolith or the Gargoyles glove, the Powerball is in danger to all creatures. So is this happening? Where is the? I saw that earlier. Where was that in the? Where was the? Hold on. Let me do a word find here. Where is it? That's another thing. Is like this is such a key word.
Yeah.
I want to be able to find that specific word. Where was that guy? Gelatinous.
Crocodiles, gargoyles,
It's in
mastiffs,
the ballroom. That's right.
flowers, thugs. It's a great
Full
crocodile
ceiling.
stat.
Shiny chrome ball. The Quellet. See page 10. Its first action is to smash the north wall. After that, it's on the loose. So it's starting to do this immediately as you enter the ballroom, right?
Yeah. So
And
you
the
want to go get the
ballroom-
glove so that you can catch the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to imagine how long do you have before this whole thing comes down? And there's where's the ballroom? Am I dumb?
It's in the middle to the left of the study.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So we get a secret door here.
It's literally the ballroom.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Wordplay. I appreciate
Yeah,
it. I see
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I see you.
Extra
Walker.
points right there.
So
Yeah.
you've got to go all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.
Wait, how do you get into the mineshaft room?
Yeah.
There's
He
no
said that
door.
earlier.
I think you have to come in from the sinkhole. No, there's still not a diamond to it, huh?
Right, there's no diamonds. Is what I meant. Yeah.
So is the ballroom? Is this thing supposed to go off? A gelatinous monolith stretches from room to ceiling, or from floor to ceiling in the middle
Just
of
says
this
if removed, so it may just sit
Yeah.
there unless
It
someone
just
touches it.
sits there,
Mhm.
and you've got to get the entire way through the dungeon before you discover it. So I'm not
unless
sure
you find that secret door, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how toothy the Powerball actually is, given that. Like, I'm not sure that it's actually doing anything up until you bump into it at the end of the dungeon.
Is the Powerball also the only way to get to the mine shaft?
It looks like it,
On
unless
the
you
wall?
cast Disintegrate on the wall, which you
'Cause
don't
yeah,
have.
it says the first thing it does is go through the north wall, which opens up the.
Yeah,
the
you need to
mineshaft.
break through the
Oh,
walls in
yeah.
order to do it. So you need the Powerball to break through the walls, or the greater gargoyle. That's what chat says.
Right.
We're at time though right now. So final thoughts.
I'm going to break Tyler's rule because it's my channel and I'll do what I want.
Of
Excellent.
D4 Powerball moves. I think it should break through a wall every turn. Otherwise, the Powerball doesn't actually push the time. Like the interesting thing at the beginning, like the promise that should be kept is that this thing is going to, destroy itself. The structural integrity. I want the dungeon to collapse on the players. Anyway, that's all I have. So now Tyler, get us back on track.
You do whatever you want. Of course. I'm here to serve.
No. Okay. So, Tyler, your final thoughts.
Oh, I think this is a really unique product, right? Like they took a thing. Like I don't even need the inspirations to be like, oh, this is a crazy cool thing. Like, I mean, Gangsters and Power Gloves, sure, but Gangsters and Gargoyles is cool. The layout's cool. Art's cool. It's got a cool theme. Couple like pointing us to different areas. Couple graphics that could be updated here or there, but I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
I think the design is visually very cool, but I think it undermines playability a little bit. So if I was just focusing on supporting the GM, I would want more words and bullets and things like that.
Right.
But the design, the aesthetic is super cool to me.
Yeah. I think you could have gotten. I understand the head nod to Chase Montserrat as the typeface here. I really think that was. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
I
man.
love it.
on such a small form factor, like when you print that out, man, that's a lot of space to commit to each letter. I
Sure.
think there was a foot shot here out of this little Nintendo zapper to choose that typeface. I think something a little like something with a similar X height but more condensed. I'm trying to think off the top of my head outside of like IBM Plex condensed or Robota condensed might have been a choice that could have gotten you more real estate and would have been more in line with the grotesque and sans serif typefaces that were used commonly in the NES info booklets. Anyway.
Yeah, he says a bullet point version's coming.
Oh, sweet. Excellent. Aces.
Yeah, really cool. And also seems like a fun, like, run-through mansion. Anyway,
Right.
I said it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jordan, did you have anything you want to add?
There was just some details and like terminology used that sometimes I was like, the thrower, is that like a definition for the power ball, or is it just purely saying someone is choosing to throw it? And the disconnect to me is just how it all fits together. Again, I was on the track with the brothers. I would have liked to have been had some summary of like, people are going to find the power glove and harness the power ball and start taking out walls until the whole place collapses and they have to escape through the mine shaft or something like that. You know,
Right.
Like, that's the only thing that would have brought it together better for me and made it more readable as I was going through it.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm trying to think how often, like, in some of the more award, is that an OSR thing or is that more of a 5e thing? I'm trying to think because I've definitely seen it done both places, but like from a game design cultural perspective, I don't know. Joseph, do you have any takes on that?
I don't recall off the top of my head. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
interested. I'll have to start looking into that because I wonder how much that happens if it's something I've
Right.
seen and I've liked and I didn't really process it, or if it's something I've been wanting and didn't know how to put into words, you know?
Okay, so now we are on to which one is this one?
We're on to the horrible, I can't read it,
Harasume?
Arasame Castle? Yeah.
Looks like it's got a lot of
Blade
Simpsons
hell.
inspiration with the art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Horrible.
it's super
Arasame
Simpsons.
Castle. A 7th level Blade Hell module.
Shows.
All right, so we're going with a booklet format, so it's got to be usable as a booklet. Okay, so we've got a Homer Simpson looking guy. Was this drawn by the author?
There's a lot of art in this, which is
Yeah.
great.
Art by Adam Dvorak.
Outstanding, Adam.
Yeah, written by Peter J. Boyle and Jordi Milano.
Layout and cartography by Jordi Milano.
I haven't seen the inspirations, the video games yet.
It's The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants, Ghostbusters, and the mysterious Murasame Castle.
Okay, the Simpsons monsters are hilarious. The artwork is so
Pretty
great.
great. It is pretty great, Adam.
Some of the enemies in the castle have a hit count stat along with a standard hit point stat, or just have a hit count stat instead of HP. The hit count stat represents the number of times the enemy must take individual instances of damage before dying, regardless of the amount. I once put up a poll, and I even had some game design grad students from a university in Helsinki reach out to me to ask me about this poll that I put up on my channel, 2 years ago. And it said, oh, what was the thing? I don't remember if it was like spot which one of these are different or which one of these is most likely or whatever. But my joke that I was making in this poll was assume that a group of like 7th level 5th edition characters are fighting a green dragon in an open clear day on a grassy plain. Blah, blah, blah. which one of these is different, I guess. The joke is that none of them are different because the way I was describing it is like the players have to cumulatively attack the dragon something like 18 times, or they have to do 280 points of damage, or they have to survive for 7 rounds of combat, or like whatever it is, but it's all the same, right?
Mechanically, sure.
Right. Mechanically, it's all the same. So if hit points are a timer, why not just use the actual timer of the rounds?
I heard like a story I first disagreed with, but then later really agreed with, of a dad whose kids were fighting a dragon. And then they said, hey, how did you know? You never wrote down how much damage we dealt. How did you know when the dragon was dead? And he said, when it was time. And at first I was like, no, you're taking away the player's agency. But since then I've used it as a guide that's like, if it's the wrong time for the monster to die, whatever it is, like that's like ultimately it should be fun. So
sure. And we've all had the thing where the player does the amazing thing, and then the dragon still has 1 hit point. You're like,
right.
What am I?
Yeah, exactly.
That was the moment it's supposed to die. I'm not going to let the next guy.
Right. Yeah.
No. I had a player. We should be focusing on this, but I'm going to recount a player story I had. I had a player, Mark, if you're listening, you know who you are, by the name of Mark, who we played for 2.5 years in a particular campaign, typical 5th edition, superhero kind of thing. He went the whole game as a paladin, never rolling a critical hit, not one.
Oh, man.
Until finally fighting an ancient red dragon at the end of the game. And he got 3 back-to-back critical hits, and I was like, you killed it. Like, why would I take that away from you?
I do. That's
absolutely.
But anyway, all right, back to the cool monsters here.
Yeah. Artwork, great.
Artwork's hilarious.
Yeah. Lean's super into it. Big intro.
Interesting use of red. Okay, we've got enough.
Nature here, right at the bottom. I love that.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Very clear.
Edible shorts.
I've been
okay.
saying
So
it,
right
man.
away, when we're on floor 1, though, like we have A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and stuff. Where am I finding those information?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, no, that's a D4 table. The numbers on the map correspond to baddies on the table. Use the table to roll random encounters once rooms have been cleared, or if the party is loafing around.
What?
Why not? Just
so the
go, like,
ones are all ninjas?
Yeah, so you've got so much real estate here. Why not just put the word ninja so I don't have to look it up?
Yeah, especially if it's always going to be, if it's a table, okay, sure. Oh, I see. D4.
Sure.
But
Kelsey also just uses like a letter or a word or something. Like those ones could be N's. I mean, none of the first initials are the same.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It goes back to the like, don't make me look someplace else. If I could just look here for the
simplify.
Same info.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I don't know where these letters is B the bomb boss.
There is a letter in the top left, the
bomb.
ally NPC Bort A.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like,
okay,
we could have just put bomb alien on the map. They're letting off more needle explosions than you'll see in July.
Here's a bigger problem. On the next page, floor 2, there's also an A and B and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, why not just make all of these the numerical next one down? C, D, E, F.
Right.
Like,
no, I agree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then there's you're only looking for one instance.
Oh, and also the numbering for the enemies in the bottom left changes. So ninja's not 1 anymore. Now it's 2.
Ooh,
Right. Now
that-
you're really making me tax my
yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't make me work. I'm already trying to entertain my players.
that's what Luke and I talk about that a lot. Like that's actually, I think he learned it from you, Joe, but sorry, stop saying that. But the session,
doubt
like when you write, like we should be doing as much work for the GM as possible.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
like only when you need it to be a variable should you make it a variable, because people are paying you, or
Right. If you're
even if
paying
it's
me to
just with
do
their
your prep,
time.
you shouldn't have to do any prep.
Exactly. That's like do the work
That's a
for them.
really good
was the
mantra.
whole thing. Yeah.
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 The first thing I ever wrote, Luke was like, do the work for them. Yeah.
Right.
That being, I mean, again, to Baron's point, like this is really cool.
It is extremely cool. No, we're being nitpicky.
Yeah.
This is very cool.
I do. Okay, so I didn't catch exactly what was going on here. This is something I have done in my own prep notes because I'm only now just getting to the point where I'm going to start publishing adventures myself. But
Congratulations.
this is something that because it was so terse. I didn't quite get what was going on here. But once we get to here, I think this is a really good way of, it's almost kind of a ZXU level of implication of, rather than explaining what Gomer is about, you just get a quote.
Yeah, no, it's good design.
And from this quote, it's like, oh, yippee, travelers, you wouldn't happen to have any cake. It's clear that he's excited about travelers. He's probably down here by himself. He's probably lost. And he's probably fat and hungry for cake. And I guess this is Gomer down here. Right.
Mhm.
So like we get just from these like 6 words, 7 words on the page, you get so much more information than you see if, a slovenly man huddled in the corner, scrawling in a notebook a picture of a cake, like there's, and even then that's only the have any cake. Then I have to go on another 2 sentences to describe how he is, somber or mournful because he's lost all of his friends, and he's going to be excited whenever the players see them. Like, I know I'm being extra verbose here, but rather than describing all of that in one block of text, we just get the quote, and it does so much more work.
No, it's excellent design.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that.
One thing I would change here is down at the bottom. So this floor 2 has a landmine mechanic where there's landmines in the floor.
On
Mhm.
floor 2.
And it's explained down at the bottom, and it has the icon of the landmine. But I would have liked that icon to be bigger.
It's tiny, yeah.
Yeah.
Or a different
mean-
color. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it the same, so it's easy to find it on the map versus down there. But
Right.
I don't know. I was like, wait, what landmines?
Yeah, a different color would have been nice.
Or even just solid black, so it popped out a little more.
Yeah. Or even this, like, because they're using this pop color, make it the pop color.
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah.
exploding.
Make it the
Stepped
pop.
on.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I know it's old fashioned to put a black star on where the statues were, but it was easy to see on the map. It's
Right.
Yeah. That's true.
Can't be overthrown in civilization.
I love that each level, I mean, it is very clear about this at the beginning, has a boss. And
Yes.
it's like you're going to run into these boss things, which is also extremely the Simpsons game.
It
right?
really
Like,
is.
You go through
Yeah.
the side scroller and run into that. So I really like that theme there.
How do you get to floor 2?
There's steps that go down here on floor 1.
So
Is every room just a bunch of bad guys hiding in corners?
Yes,
yeah,
that's what
There's-
I'm going back and looking.
There's nothing
through.
environmental about the rooms.
Yeah, which is,
It's a
I mean,
little
that is
disappointing.
actually no. That's something because there is environmental stuff in the Simpsons game, so it would still be very on brand to like have objects that you can pick up and huck. Like there's no description. It's just like there's 2 random guys in this room
Right.
rather than 2 random guys in a certain flavor of room, and there's plates and bottles and stuff that you can pick up and throw.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Does Shadow,
go ahead.
does Shadowdark have a mechanic for finding these landmines, or is it just it's a trap, and if you step on it, tough luck sort of thing?
You'd probably treat it as traps. So your
Yeah.
thief would be maybe auto finding them, and then you'd have to roll to disarm at advantage or something like that. But
Okay.
otherwise, you have to say, "I'm looking carefully at the floor in every room."
Mhm. Okay.
Oh, so the descriptions of each level is on floor 1, floor 2 in the black box.
Right.
Right. But that, okay. I do see that. I kind of wish there was a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Like we get an aroma of flowers and freshly cut grass on floor 2. Okay, cool. But like, what do we do with it?
Also,
Yeah.
why is it grassy?
Yeah, well, there's
Yeah.
like mounds of grass, it looks like, in the dungeon layout.
Yeah, it says it smells like freshly cut grass. Like it's
Yeah.
like,
Okay, so it looks like floor. Oh, this is Which floor is on the ground level? Right, like if floor 2 is on the ground level, that explains the grass a little bit more.
Well-
and floor 3 is the dungeon. No, that's
Yeah.
higher up.
So floor 1, the
Oh, I
stairs
get
go
it.
up.
I get it.
Floor
Yeah,
2, yeah, it goes up
So-
higher, and then floor 3, it's even
it's like on
higher
the
than that.
roof. There's grass growing on it, and then on the 3rd floor, you're all the way up in the balcony stuff.
towers.
I
Yeah.
love the third floor design, by the way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is weird. The aroma is fresh air and burnt hair. How do you get both?
Well, you get like a nice.
The one is
Febreze
ruining the other.
smell, and
Yeah.
then you know.
You have two nostrils. You can
Light
smell two
makes a
things.
Pitch black boss room. Okay. It's through the cracks under the doors.
Do you like floor 3? Yeah, has a wobbly catwalk rule down here. I think I maybe would want a header on these sections in the bottom left ish that are like special. You know, you've got the mines in the other one, and you've got the curved lines. It's just, again, something graphically that catches my eye. This is the special thing in the room or in this level. Yeah, I think it's okay to just define the level given the format of everything and that there are
Right.
multiple different things. It could just use like nothing would be hurt in this adventure if on the map there were just written words of like golden statue or the armor room or the
library,
Yeah.
the
kitchen.
king's cabinet. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
that,
like-
again, doing the work for the GMs, like right away, I can describe a library and a castle, no
Sure.
problem. But I don't know what's in room number, you know, what the room you're looking at right now, Baron, right? Like I don't know
Right.
what's in that room unless
Yeah,
I
like why is it such a weird, interesting shape?
Yeah,
Like,
is it the
cool shape.
chapel?
Why?
You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
but if you make it the chapel right away, I know it's at the front. I know there's stained glass windows. I know, you know.
Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you so much from Agile Monk 6305.
Hell yeah.
Good to see you doing your wonderful videos again, good Sir Baron. It's good to be back. I had to take a bit of time away, but I'm glad to be making videos. I'm also moving on a slower schedule rather than once a week, which just got to be brutal. I'm now doing every 10 days, which I'm going to sidetrack here. My wife for the holidays got me what's called a huge ass calendar. Everyone go on Amazon and buy one of these right now. It has totally changed my perspective of time, and it's amazing. The concept of weekends have now gone out the door for me because now I operate on a 10-day week. It's very
my
bizarre.
image is really small, but I bought one because you told me to.
That's excellent.
I'm moving, so I haven't put it up yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a calendar of the whole year all at once. So
Yeah.
everything it honestly gives you a really healthy amount of existential dread to like get stuff done.
Yeah.
It's like every time I go by the calendar in the morning and I scratch off yesterday, it's like I have 200 days till I launch the Kickstarter for Blood and Banners. Oh my God.
Keeps it in perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really good. Sorry. I like the process of this adventure makes sense.
Yeah.
It's you have the baddies here and stuff, and you get in a flow. Like we've given some notes on different rooms, but I think with just like a little bit of tweaking of just a little bit of extra creative information added to each page, it'd be like, I love castles more than anything. Castles are my pirates. And it's like, I really dig it. So
I usually advocate for catch and release, but such a bad infestation requires more direct action. So you get like this smug NPC ally Lita here.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. They're doing A for ally, B for boss.
Ah, okay.
I see that. Yeah.
That's fun.
And I guess, they're using numbers instead of like writing out samurai wouldn't fit in that square.
I still think you could use the first letter though and make it simpler for
Agreed.
everyone passing
Yeah,
through.
no,
But
I
also, I
agree.
like the idea of putting the name of the room.
Yeah, I think
just
that
because
really helped.
I love this as video game design, and I love the visual design of every page. It's fantastic. But then I think about, well, I want my players to walk into a room. I have nothing to say about all of these rooms,
Right.
and there's nothing on the granular level. Like there's no puzzles or traps or little interactions. There's no details on the wall. There's nothing to pick up. There's no treasure.
Right.
So it slips real far down from being a D&D style playable adventure type thing. So massive execution, but I would want to add a lot more detail to make it an RPG.
Yeah, the Joe Lewis test for sure is not passed. It's like the Brechtel test, but for you.
Oh
yeah.
my God. No. I'm one idiot's opinion. Ignore me.
I've got a pretty serious critique here.
Uh-oh.
The dungeon, like there seems to be relatively interesting parts of the dungeon on the gutter line of every page. Like the double doors is on the gutter line. This is on the gutter line. the text
Oh, right in the
floor
middle.
3
I see.
is
Yeah.
on the gutter line. And when you're like, that's fine when you're doing it intentionally on the centermost spread. So like on a 16-page zine on page, what is that, 7 and 8? Is that 7 and 8?
Could be, yeah.
So, no, it's 8 and 9. One of the two. I can't
No
remember off
page
the top of my
numbers.
head.
Yeah.
It's oh my gosh. It doesn't. Yeah, there's no page numbers on here to help me. But you understand what I'm saying. Like when you open a zine and the centermost gutter where the staples are, coming through the page, you can do it there because
It'll lie
that's
flat.
fine. It'll lay flat. But by doing this with such small and fine type, it makes it really hard. Like, did half a word get chopped underneath the
Yeah.
page where it folded under?
You're almost required to go to the PDF spreads in order to just even, like, read what's going on.
Or like, what is this number here? Like, is that a 6? Is that a B? What's going on there? Are the stairs here? Like, I'm not exactly sure. Oh no, the stairs are just far enough off the gutter line to not be an issue. But like these doors,
yeah.
If there's a page or a staple, even worse, because that's like almost right where the staple goes. Like that's a problem on the map.
So we've running out of time, or last couple of minutes here.
Want to look at
look at floor 5.
Look at floor 5. Friendly reunion fountain. All your friends are here. Bort has a berry bomb for everyone and plenty more items for sale. The final boss is an ancient stone alien monument. I like that you get like one last ditch effort to get gear before you go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Big bad.
Classic video game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Level 10. That's fine. It's 7th level adventure. Level 10 might even be low.
Yeah.
This monument does not lose hit points until... Okay, there we go. What is its HC? 16-bit super shield. So it overflows the memory of the NES.
There's this ghostly baddies in the bottom left where all the people killed on different floors. I think the idea is cool, but the execution is
right.
It's like, oh shit, like what died? Maybe that should, if you didn't get that pointed out at the beginning, or if you didn't read all the way to the last
little
page,
tracker on my notes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
have some sort of at least like a tool, like dots you can fill in on certain pages of like all the ninjas that die on this one. Fill in a dot for each one that died. That way you can quickly ruffle through the pages. And
no, that's perfect. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Field Spring findings. Software. Oh, here's the stuff that you pick up on the table in the Simpsons game that you can either throw or eat. Curved brass horn with an illegible inscription.
I am running out of time personally.
Oh, really? I thought we had one more hour with you, or 30 minutes. No,
nope. But that's okay. Oh, wait, no, we have 50 more minutes with me. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Realize the time. But
Tyler, who's going to keep us on track?
Yeah. Apologies.
Now we're just going to be adrift.
No, you're right.
How do clock work?
So just in the effort of that, because I'm loving doing this, of course.
Yeah.
If we're okay to move forward, Baron, what do you think, or who want to start with, or
let's start with Jordan. I love that Jordan has been here asking really good questions.
Yeah,
that I can do. This one felt the most thematic, like it leaned into that side-scroller Simpsons arcade game that I played as a kid, and the fact that they have the hit count is like I can picture the yeah, and then they and they fall back. Yeah. Like it feels like that. So I really like that that they leaned into like that style and that feel really well, and so and I could kind of let go of like needing to. It wasn't very complicated. It was like go through these rooms. Each floor has like a gimmick of mines or tar, and it wasn't like keep this in mind because these walls collapse and there's this item that's gonna and you can control it this way. It's just very much like here's a big dungeon of funny ninjas and funny NPCs. Good luck. I like that in that way. It was very clear of what this is. I like it a lot.
Joseph?
Again, I love the art and the design and the execution, but I think you're leaving a lot of effort on the GM's shoulders to invent rooms and make this interesting and thematic and not just you enter a room and fight a monster, and you enter a room and fight a monster.
Right. Tyler, you got any last phrasing here?
Yeah, I mean, very, very similar. Just maybe some more bolding of the NPCs, getting to the point, some more headers on some stuff, just like going through it with the idea of a person does not understand everything that's in the book, making that easier, and then definitely adding some labels onto rooms for just creativity. But
right.
I also emphasize I really like it. I think
the artwork's
I mean, especially with the castle and stuff and the different rooms, and so it's a cool thing.
No, it's super cool. Okay, so we've gone through 4 of them. We're halfway through, everybody. We're only 10 minutes off schedule, which is really nice. Okay, so now that we've seen the bottom 4 of the top 8 finalists, which one do we think is the strongest of the top 4? Of the
I like Battlewugs.
Battlewugs? I think I'm on board with Battlewugs too.
Battlewugs.
My love of castles is really hard to get over.
They're all very impressive on
Yeah.
different levels.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
I really like I don't know. I gotta look at Battlewugs today. I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
Keep going. Come back to me.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna move on to number 4, Final Night. Where
Is that
it?
number 5 we're on though?
I'm sorry?
Is this number 5 or number 4?
We just finished 5. The horrible.
Oh, we're going up. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah.
And now we're going to Final Night. Where did I download it?
Love Nights.
Final Nights. There it is.
It looks like Samus. I'm excited.
Okay.
Is this our Metroid?
All right. So we've got a.
It's Mega Man.
We've
Oh
got
my God,
Mega Man,
such a good
Final
lineup.
Fantasy, and Batman as our inspirations.
Oh, my brother, I
And
loved Batman.
it is the expert mode hard choice of going with the NES info booklet. Tone and intent. I decided.
I'm going to say the castle, by the way, just to get my answer in there. I love castles too much. I think with just a couple tweaks, and it would be great.
Fair. Okay, this zine is a free product to be used with Shadowdark, a big game jam.
All right.
Let's see here.
Timer
All
set.
right, so we've got a very straightforward, simple hex crawl, water cavern, chaos shrine, mine shaft, rock cavern, ice cavern, water cavern. So we've got like the NES trope of like elemental caverns. I guess that's probably also a head nod to Mega Man, because he's always got like Top Man and Metal Man and Snake Man.
Yeah.
And just manify whatever name you've got.
It's a good system.
Yeah.
How dare you criticize the creativity of 1987?
Okay, random encounters. We got bats, the caravan, and wandering NPCs. No vegetation, no critters, just dry soil in a crater surrounded by a wall of debris and concrete. Pillars of metal actus trees. There's no visible sky or ambient light. Any travel must be done through artificial means of light. For 2 hours a day, what locals call last dawn, a dim, sourceless light arises, but within a thick fog, granting players 5 feet of visibility. That's very strange. 2 hours a day. Okay. Why?
Yeah.
Did I miss that? Garland was traveled 2,000 years in the past as intended, and through acts of heroism found 4 elemental crystals. He saved the world, but was alone, without fortune or glory. Corrupted by something evil, he used the power of the crystals, brought forth the decay sooner. The world tried to adapt the corruption of the elements as technology rose and fell. In the end, only laughing dark night remains, your former brother in arms, waiting in pitch black. That's a lot of, just because of the size of this booklet, that's a lot of real estate.
That's a lot of lore I don't need.
It's a lot of lore I'm not sure I need.
Yeah.
Unless
it's
this
just
becomes
dark a lot.
like-
It's fine.
yeah,
The sun is dead. Go move on.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a cat ate it. We're good.
Rumors, the long night is nothing but bats covered up by the sky. The synthetics became fully formed society before the sky became black.
It's the Matrix.
Yeah, that's Mega Man, I guess, because the bad guy in Mega Man turned everybody to robots, right?
Dr.
Dr.
Mustache
Wily?
Man.
No, what is this?
Dr.
name?
Wiley built a lot of robots.
Dr. Wily, that's
I don't
right.
know if he turned people into robots.
Oh no, I'm getting confused with Dr. Robotnik. The 16-bit.
So many doctors. They were so advanced back then, our villains. All right.
Proto disassembled arcane synth.
Crystalline man.
Random people walking around a forest of steel trees at night. It's very bizarre.
My hard part with anything, with wandering anything, is when do I put it in? Like, I just can't remember at the table. We even have this problem in Into the Maelstrom, which is Curse of Strahd on a ship, vampirates. It's like, these are great.
I've never heard that word before.
Oh, yeah. In our new book, Down Among the Dead. But it's like good, but running it, I have a hard time remembering, like, oh, right. There's supposed to be something right here. I just have a hard time with it as a mechanic. I think other people are better, but
it's so core to OSR. I think I just am constantly rolling random encounters to simulate the world,
and that's fine. Right? Being
That's
triggered to
whenever they
roll
change
random
rooms.
encounter is easier to remember than there's a list of like pick something from this list. Those are hard for me. So that's sort of more of a rant in general than it is.
I'm with you, Tyler. Like it's cool. Sometimes I'll read something and I'll get excited, like, oh, all these things could happen. But when I'm in the thick of it, responding to players' actions and trying to keep track of what's going on, I don't remember some other wandering thing that could happen. That's not
right. Like unless it's explicitly part of a random table.
Yes.
Or I prep and write down, hey,
Right.
put this thing here, put this thing here.
Yes.
No, I think that should all be loaded into the random encounter table.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
we've got random wandering NPC on the random table. It's just very small.
Where's that random table?
So
Page
little
2.
tiny block.
Little
Above
itty
the
bitty
bat.
baby block right next to the map.
Oh, I see it right above the
Yeah.
bat. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's better though. At least you're not giving me a list of
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah. I mean, a list of things that's like put wherever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is cool that each of these rooms, just sort of like looking through, have a boss man, stone man, crystalline man,
Right.
napalm man.
Oh my gosh.
Props on the theme there. That's great.
Yeah.
I love the attempt at putting information on a page, but I can't read it.
Yeah, I am with you.
The type is really small.
Again, I love the idea of labeling a map. That's fantastic, but I can't read it.
So Joe, what would you, if someone handed you this product and said, Joeify it, what would you do?
I mean, I don't want to mess it up too, but I would just make each one of these rooms the whole spread. Like that tiny block of illegible stuff, make that the right-hand page. So that you've got the map and these whatever else these other details
Right.
are, and then just put all these other details on the facing page, so it's all the same size.
Yeah.
Up here. Oh man, like the text at the bottom of page 6 and 7 are like
Tiny.
legalese.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's like pillow ripoff tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic and
if
ADHD.
the-
so
I feel like they don't want me to read it. Something's in there.
Yeah.
It's gonna cause diarrhea and vomiting if text that small is bad for my health.
Yeah.
I do appreciate though, like let's assume that we're all 20 years old and it's a brightly lit room and we can't read this crap. I do really like the extra, it looks like there's extra spacing around the bold letters.
Yeah.
So there is some treatment there to try to help.
No, there is good design on this page.
And I love that, like you said earlier, somebody, I don't know if it was Tyler Flute or whatever, who said that, using the symbol of the monster, like that is in there. That's
yeah,
nice.
like using
excellent.
glove, the icon
Yeah.
for glove. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool. For me, I get what's going on here, and actually
Mhm.
props for the theme, but I would have preferred that, B be on a new line, C be on a new line, D be on a new line, E be on a new line. So
Right.
it mentally breaks it better, even if you needed to like cut 20% of your words to make that happen.
Okay, so the next question is, how many dungeons are there? There's 3, right? 3 or 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a lot of empty text here.
Yeah.
And there's only 12 pages in the document. They had a budget of 4 more pages,
Oh gosh.
and they could have
Yeah,
used
put
it
those
to
up.
do that. Yeah.
split them
Yeah.
up.
So
Yeah.
if all they did was take it and put each page on the left, each map on the left, and the text on the right, and then upped the text font by 2 or 3 points
Right.
or whatever.
You could have gone even more than that. You could have made it even bigger. Yeah. Because this isn't even a quarter of each page.
Yeah. No,
Might
besides
be
being
like
make it bigger, you could have then
each
added more
page.
words. No,
Yeah.
I think it was a missed opportunity to have a lot of both readability and then a lot more content.
What about the Joe Lewis test here? How are the rooms though? I know that will take.
They're so hard to read.
I can't. Yeah, I know. I'm going to lean in so
Whoa.
my camera's focused on my forehead as much as possible.
Let's see here. Reflective
The
ice.
rooms they're so not OSR in the right. Like there's no bold, there's no italics.
Yeah. Torches are very.
So there's a lot of scene setting. That's cool. There's a
Quick
little bit
question.
of interactivity.
Go for it.
So in a few of these that we looked at, it talks about like something happening a certain amount of every like 10 minutes or so.
Uh-huh.
Does Shadowdark operate off real world minutes, or is it like in-game tracking?
No, that's more of an old school trad style thing that like so a dungeon turn or there was a concept in older editions of D&D called a dungeon turn. And generally they happen roughly every 10 minutes. So like when the players move into a room in a dungeon, the dungeon master will take, they'll describe what is in the room, what's possible to be interacted with, and then all the players will go around the table describing what they're going to do in that room. And that interaction, what just happened, is generally considered to take 10 minutes long or so, and that's called a dungeon turn. So you'll there's a lot of like these weird esoteric things that bubble up into more modern editions. Like, for example, the fact that all the dragon, the dragon legendary or lair effects of the area around it are 6 miles. 6 seems like a really arbitrary number until you remember that a 6-mile hex is a very important trope from older editions of D&D. Or there's other like weird things like that bubble up. The 10-minute system is part of that.
There is the torch timer though, the 60-minute real world.
Yeah, it is. It's 60-minute real world torch timer.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's like the Shadowdark. That's like the first thing people say is different about Shadowdark.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I remember there was something real time about that. That might be confusing if people are talking about like
that's a
10
good
minutes,
point.
Like I don't know.
Are we talking about in-game time minutes, or are we talking about 10 minutes of time? Because also do I have to keep track of 10-minute real game, 60-minute torch timer time? Like how many timers do I need to manage?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay,
I think this one does a very great job at falling into the manual idea and following the Mega Man like theme of the bosses and all that. I think like maybe top out of all that we've seen, but unfortunately I think that also is directly or inversely proportionate to how usable it is.
Yeah.
Right.
I
agree.
And the author says definitely going full pages dungeon on the next version. So,
Sweet. Fantastic.
props to you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the content that I was reading in the tiny boxes, even though it's not meant to be read aloud text. It was still interesting and descriptive material about the room or a door or whatever it is. There was interactivity there, NPCs. Yeah, by all means, make it its own page, flesh it out with more content. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
And they did mean that the minutes to be real world times to get the torch timer. So as great as your speech was, it's like, oh, okay, well, we're confused about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But there it goes to show, like, immediately if I were to read that, because it's not like 10 minutes real world time is not something that is a typical mechanic in Shadowdark, I would have thought, oh, it's a dungeon turn.
60 minutes, but not 10. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Batman knows Misty Step. Hilarious.
My general take on this one, and I'm finding this with a lot of them, is that I wish that they kind of stuck more to like what's established in the game. Like when there's lots of custom monsters and custom items and they have to be used to progress things, I get a little bit lost if I'm doing quick prep. Like it'd be nice if it was not a lot of like customization, which is kind of weird to say. Like maybe the point of this sort of exercise is to do a lot of customization, but it'd be nice. People sometimes don't like this in 5e, but it's like, oh, here's a monster. Basically, just use the veteran NPC stat block though, and so you end up fighting like the same monsters a lot. But it would simplify things for me if I was already familiar with a lot of those monsters. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in that, but
no. There's a whole article in Knock, and Luke talks about this in the podcast a bunch. But there's a whole article in Knock that's like, just use bears. Like it doesn't really matter. Like just use any stat block that you can remember, and really, it's like just theme everything else out. Like it's not claws, it's daggers, it's swords, it's
right.
So I'm with you.
Yeah,
that's legit. Funny. But also, when you have the stat blocks right there in the room or on the page, it's incredibly easy just to glance at what the ace
totally
is.
Right.
Love it being on the page that you're using. Like again, this passes I don't have to flip to another page to see what's going on except the hex crawl. But that's like when we're zooming out. So that this does that well.
Yeah, I don't mind if I have to flip a page. I don't mind to flip a page if it's the first or last page.
Agreed.
Sure.
Yeah, like
absolutely agree.
Like okay, there's a dungeon map here, and I've got to flip to the best area in the back of the booklet. Cool. That's totally fine. Or like, where am I actually going after I leave this encounter area? I flip to the front and bam, there's the hex crawl. That doesn't bother me. I think the like the last page here is okay. So on the back, we've got monsters. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And then on the front,
it's the intro.
Yeah, it's it's the intro and then the map. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're right though. That does simplify it for me though.
Yeah.
Right. It is right there. So sometimes I'm like, oh, this is a lot of new stuff. Like with the like why are there all these keys and proto parts and stuff like that? So it is nice that the stat blocks are like right there. That's true. That's helpful.
The only problem it gets problematic, what a sentence, is when
just lean into it. Just lean into it.
The same monster, when you're like, hey, here's a killer parrot, and you put it on this page, but then you also have killer parrots later, and then you have to be like, oh, go back to this other page to look. That's like that gets messy. So it just that's kind of when it's better to put them all in the back,
first and last pages.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys,
2-minute warning. Yeah.
2-minute warning. Yeah. Joe.
Once again, amazing design and execution on a visual level. But it's going to be really hard to run at the table. But it sounds like the author is going to make a much more GM friendly version, which I look forward to seeing. So I think this is going to be aces.
Yeah. So far for me, I think this is the most. I don't want to use the word like on the nose because that's not what it is. But like it's the most clear. I shouldn't say that. The Simpsons one was really good, but like this is the one that I feel does the best use of the inspiration while making it also a runnable adventure that your players wouldn't necessarily know that it was inspired by an NES game or a set of NES games. If that makes sense.
Well, the word Batman shows up at some point.
So. That's true. This is as close as it's gotten, I should say. Like it's a very clear, like on some, like if we're running the Batman adventure, or excuse me, the Simpsons adventure, it's very clear that's what we're doing. We're all sitting around to probably crack beers and play Simpsons.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Like this you could hypothetically drop, maybe make a few little modifications here and there, and run it as like a weird offshoot one shot because your players got sucked into a magic book and you just didn't have time to prep. Like that is something that can be done here, which is interesting. So.
I think my issue is, I mean, I echo everything you guys said, and there's a lot of really great things in here. I think the usability of it is really tough for me in the, like, I would have to read the whole thing cover to cover to like, with no one talking to me, not in a convention room, and like really give it focus before I could be like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do. Because none of this is really laid out in a way that lets me be like, yeah, I know what's in that room. It's this, right. And that's how I run. So for me, I would want a little bit more description about each of what these rooms are in this scientific world at the top, rather than in a text blocks in the bottom. That's tough for me to read. So I can it just needs more at a glance work, which if you split up the pages and increase the font, you'd get there. But I really second. I think it's number one in the, hey, I judged an NES Shadowdark Game Jam, and this is what I would expect to see.
Yeah.
So
great use of making it the info booklet. I feel like I'm judging more harshly because people reached for the more difficult thing.
Sure.
So anyway, did we get everybody's opinion? Jordan, did you?
Jordan,
last to look.
I think the only thing I would add in is, I don't know, in improv, there's this thing where it's like kill your darlings.
Yeah.
And it feels like they had a lot of ideas in this one and didn't want to cut any of them. You know what I mean? And to me, Shadowdark is supposed to be like pretty simple. And so the more it is added in, the more I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just play 5e. I don't know if it's going to feel out. I don't know. Because I come from the perspective of like, I just play 5e really with my own homebrew rules and stuff. And I dabble in other things here and there. And so I'm always like, what's my pull to this as well? So it's like, I'm not just like a Shadowdark enthusiast using this. I'm also like, what makes me want to use this?
Right.
Like some of my friends are in the chat and they're like, when are we doing this? And I'm like, yeah, let's play. But so I actually do want to kind of like pick one, like which of these would I actually run for my friends to try Shadowdark,
Yeah. I mean, I've got an opinion I can talk to you about from a prior. We haven't gotten through all of them, but there's one. If you want to play Shadowdark, what is it? One of the was it the winner or the finalist last year? Was something about Professor Memnon. Oh my gosh, go look that up. It's full disclosure. I was very thankful and very terrified, or very thankful I did not find, and very terrified that I was going to scroll through that PDF while I was on a live stream and there was going to be a picture of a brass dildo in it. Like a hilarious adventure. Absolutely hilarious. You should go check that one out.
Thank you.
All right. So on to the Rumble at Romlot Ridge.
Savage orcs known as Romblat's Roughnecks have kidnapped Arcanist Plum, and built the Overcastinator, a volatile apparatus designed to smother the world in darkness. The Ridge needs heroes to rescue Plum and shut the device down before the darkness spreads. Rumble at Ramlot Ridge is a point crawl adventure designed for third-level crawlers inspired by the following NES titles: Clash at Demon Head, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and Dragon Warrior 3. There's more text about each of those, but it's the last page of the PDF.
That's the last page of the PDF.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great. Awesome stuff. All
Love the overview. Very clear overview done
Yes.
in the style. Right away, I'm like, ooh, I see what we're doing here.
Yeah. And for the record, this was ranked because I had a couple of different like judging criterias. One was vibes, another is usability, and another is how well did they actually implement the inspiration. And this one got number 3 on vibes and usability, and they placed 8th in inspiration. So
Wow.
we're really getting up there. I just want to say right off the rip, the layout, like the desktop publishing skill, is great. You did an awesome
Looks
job.
fantastic. It really does.
Using like selecting a typeface for your headers that looks like an NES like letter form typeface, and also, is it Montserrat? It is Montserrat, isn't it? Yes, it is. The way that you've used both typefaces is just really, really good. The fact that it's purple and italic and bold for all of your bold faces, that's interesting.
I really love some of the insets, like where it says Miners Camp right below your cursor.
Right.
Like some of those, I love that formatting that makes it easy for my eye to jump to things. Oh, right. I see the DCs too. Love that. Easy for me to run that.
Miners Camp.
Mm-hmm.
So
good.
So Jordan, I'm curious, running the module and background, does this page satisfy some of the complaints that you've been raising?
Let's see. They do this. Yeah, so we got the goal of the Roughnecks, and then running the module. Point and crawl, it can be run as either one shot or placed in a hex. That's nice. And the players first arrive at the area, miners camp. Players visit a new point on the map. Then you get random encounters. The Overcastinator, Vault of Weather Control.
Right away, this
Right.
and no judgment on the other writers that has all been awesome. This person has written an OSR adventure before.
Yes,
You know,
this
like-
help directly to the GM is excellent.
Yeah. It's very like I recognize a bunch of staples that right away I learned when I started this job,
Mhm.
which is great.
Yeah, so I would say this is helpful. And it's got the adventure hooks. How do they get here? Why are they doing it? That's cool. Can you scroll down to the next page? Does it go into more of like how it might go? Okay, not so much. I really like it. It does get me in the mindset of what's going to happen, but it would be even better if they were like, this is exactly the sort of choices your players might make. That seems like maybe people don't like to do that because they feel like it's
it might
a
rob their
railroading
agency.
thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But some of our previous notes on stuff, they have a key on the left that is numbered, and even though the names are not on the map themselves, the key with the names is immediately to the left of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that
Easy to
sort of
reference.
passes the map check, if you will.
right.
Much more user friendly.
Yeah.
Right.
And it passes the overview check of like, okay, I get the idea of like what I'm doing as a storyteller.
Pavo and Sons Super Shop. Good Lord. 150 gold for a green flame torch. +1 to attack and damage when it's lit, though. 150 extra gold just to get 5% more likely to hit.
It is pricey, but it's cool that
Yep.
it's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, what are the totems?
Totems? Did I miss something?
Under the shop.
Fragrance of the
Under the
Rich.
shop. Oh, for the witch.
Very cool.
Okay, so just adventure talk here. Vagrants of the Ridge over here on the right. I'm immediately like, okay, when are they going to come into play? You know,
Right.
Page
And-
numbers
and-
will be good.
maybe
Yeah.
it'll tell me, but
Yeah.
I would want a
the-
location number
yeah,
or
the
page
ridge.
number.
I
Yeah,
want a page
that's-
number. Yeah.
I'm asking that question, right? Like maybe I'd flip forward and be like, oh, is it going to call it out? Are they going to be bolded
Yeah.
or,
Yeah. If they would just put a page number, I think that would solve the problem. Obsessed with the artifice and very proud of her invention, the Overcastinator. Knows guy caught feels about her. Take advantage. The artwork is really cool too.
It is.
yeah,
Mhm.
very good on the theme.
See, does it say?
Lost miners, not miners. Galaxy Quest.
Romlot's Roughnecks. For anybody who doesn't know in the chat, Romlot is one of the deities in the Shadowdark universe. Right?
The orc god of
Yeah.
chaos and violence.
Yes. Of course. Not as cool as my favorite god, Memnon.
What's up, JP Couvert? Good to see
Hey,
you, bud.
JP.
Oh, is JP in the chat?
He's in the chat.
What's up,
Yeah,
man?
he's been there for a bit.
Mm.
I heard Roughnecks. I thought it was going to be Starship Troopers for a minute.
Rico's Roughnecks. Hoorah!
Hooah! The movie is absolutely ridiculous.
That
I had
one's a
no
little
idea
hard
it
to
was
read.
about fascism until I was 30 years old.
Whoa!
I was completely blinded as a child.
I'm not sure it is.
Did you read the book? Because
It
it's
definitely is.
The book
it's a
is.
solid political treatise.
No, the book is.
We should.
The movie.
Barry, we should
I'm not
live
sure it
stream, watch it together, and talk about it. Oh my god!
Talk about fascism.
is.
Okay.
I think it's a treatise on neoliberalism.
Oh.
Mm.
But anyway,
Like the political analyst of the group is like, it's not about fascism.
and I used to think it was until I saw there's a literary YouTuber by the name of Feral Historian. Go check out his channel. He's got really cool like breakdowns. One of my favorite videos he did is like unpacking what does fascism look like through the lens of Star Wars. Great
sure.
video. Great video. Because
Yeah.
it's like, can we recreate what does fascism look like without our own contemporary modern tropes of it. And we're getting way off track here.
Yeah. I love
all
that
because of Rico's Roughnecks. Thank you.
this miners camp thing. Sorry. This read aloud like scroll here is great. It feels both video gamey, its graphic design is video gamey, and it's useful at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good roll table.
The rickety dock, the mystic forest.
My eyes are a little overloaded with what to look at.
Yeah.
Now that we're here, it's a bit like there's so much text on this page. It's hard for me to actually know where to look.
Yeah.
It's a little too much color or different colors.
So let's think it through. Let's say my players they're like, we're gonna go to the Mystic Forest. I saw that on the map up above.
Yeah.
And then I go down here. Yeah. And so it's like, what do I do with it here? Modes of like always out of reach, change color with forests emotions. Is that the Shadowdark like lighting mechanic? Is that what that's there for?
No.
Okay, I don't know what it means then. I'd probably just be like, well, I don't know what that meant.
I think it's just atmospheric.
Yeah, it's just atmosphere.
But what it's doing right is in each one of these sections, it's saying, look, there's motes of light, there's hollowed chimes, over in number 3, there's bridges, orcs, miner helmets, like upturned helmet. Even if I didn't read any of the words in the page, I'm 3 drinks deep, it's Saturday night at a con, like I could run with that bridge,
Maybe I'm trying to think of like, okay, horned hares, wolf-sized violet rabbit with spiraled horn. They cast sleep. Like, why? What's going on? Why? Hollow chimes, gentle rattly. Like,
the chimes are calming the hares. So maybe you walk in and you see the hares and the chimes, and you're like, "Oh, these chimes are annoying," and you stop them, and then the hares attack you.
Maybe.
I think I have to play with it. I'm just not getting the flow of what all the information does for me. Because like when I go through a supplement, I want it to kind of run itself and not depend on me too much to fill in the gaps. And the gaps seem wide to me right now, even though there's a lot of information. So it's like overwhelming in that way.
Yeah. Running bridge crosses the fast river. Miner helmets dangle.
Okay. So I got to know here. Slightly on the next page, burial ground. We have the shambling figures, 2d6 lost miners. This is a reference to the lost miners, not miners, above page, which I like. They're peasants, but from Shadowdark page 242. I guess like, does that page? It doesn't say that in the lost miners section. That's like you're making like. If you're going to describe the NPCs on one page and they have stats, put them in both places.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't want a page turn. I don't want to go back and forth if I don't have to.
Yeah. And unless it's like on the opening page or the last page.
If
it's super easy to find. That's fine.
You know what I think? Here's how I can sum up, I think, what the thought I'm having. I either want a module to give me almost nothing and I embrace the like I'm not missing something. It just gives me like Mystic Forest, rabbits that make you fall asleep. Have fun. Like I'd rather it say that, or it goes into detail of like why the rabbits are there, what are they doing, what are the players' motivations to like get through this. I'd rather anything in between. It's like there's some information, but I don't know if I'm missing something. I'm like nervous, No,
I understand what you're saying there, because like I was sitting here reading Mystic Forest, like, okay, pinpricks of lazy light, cool, but like, why am I here in the forest?
Right, there's no
what is there to interact with.
Exactly.
The only thing, and to your point, Jordan, the only thing that is here to interact with is like the hollow chimes dealing with the horned hares, but it's not like, I don't know, it doesn't feel readily interactable.
Yeah, it's not passing the Joe Lewis pull a lever in every room test, which that's a thing now. That's
okay. I'm glad I'm associated with rules and expectations. No pressure.
Yeah,
I like that there's stat blocks on every page.
Yeah, I like that. I do like I on sort of a counter to your point about like the way it's read. Like it is giving me things about every room. It is giving me some both flavor and things to work off as a GM. I do see what Baron's saying. There's a little bit lack of like motivation in there. So there could maybe be a pass at that or something. And the lever is a problem. But some of the other modules that we've read didn't quite succeed as in this area as well.
Right.
So, it's a scale, I guess.
Yeah. At the beginning, when it says it could be run as a one shot, I'm not so sure it could. I feel that with a lot of one shots. And like as a hex crawl, it makes sense. But as a one shot, this again feels like there's too many ideas. Can we get it down to like 5 things instead of like 18 places? That's how I feel, at least if something can be a one shot.
This one, to your point, this one page or this 2-page spread rather feels like it would be a whole adventure day's worth of adventuring. Like if I were to have my friends over Thursday night for game session, this is all they would get done.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in each one that feels like a dynamic environment and not just a targeted experience of just this is what this location is.
I mean, that's not really like, are we going to fault the writer for giving us too much? Like we want them to do the work for us.
Sure.
I like that there's a random encounter table on each spread, and they're doing the weighted aspect. 6, 7, and 8 has no encounter, which is, statistically you're most likely to roll one of those 3 numbers. So, and it's different when you go to the next page down. You're now the random encounter tables is all different entries that match rooms 8, 9, 10, and 11.
That's excellent.
That's really good
adventure
design, because they're telling us it's unlikely that the Drill Master's Scorn will show up. It's a 1 in 36 chance, but if they do, it's a big deal. Like
that's outstanding execution. It is.
Yeah, that's really props there.
If it's a hex crawl, I think that's excellent. But at the beginning, when it said it could be a one shot, I think that's misleading.
Sure.
There's a lot of content to make this a one shot.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like enemies, right?
Yeah.
Like, so now you're sleeping multiple nights in order to be able to not die between these fights.
Yeah, because like obviously, if you have too much information, you can just cut stuff out to make it a one shot. But I don't know what should be cut, right? I have to like comb through it and be like, what exactly is the core?
It's so interesting having like people who run Shadowdark all the time on the call, and then people who don't run it, like have never played it, like it, because it's so different between the whole ring, and it brings like great different perspectives. I mean that in an absolutely good way.
No, I really appreciate that you're here, Jordan, because you're asking like questions that I'm sure a lot of 5th edition players would ask coming into, angling from the side. Like, let's say that you bump into this by bumping into one of these adventures and you're like, what the heck is this game? Like it looks cool, but like, how do I even start doing this? I'm coming from 5th edition, the questions you're asking are definitely like, what's, how do I want to say this?
Illuminating.
Like, you're
I'm definitely earnest in my question.
No, absolutely. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that at all. It's really interesting something that I have said a number of times is I really respect 5th edition for the amount of like creative effort that it gives to the players already completed, because so often I find that like when you tell, and this is the opposite problem is true with the RPG Fate core, like when you tell a player, when they ask like, what can I do as this character? You say, well, you can do whatever you want. Well, that's not helpful. And 5th edition like gives you this massive framework of tools with which to do that. And it can be really helpful for some kinds of players, but then that also means that you develop certain kinds of habits and play styles as a result of
expectations of
those tools.
Exactly.
And like the kinds of questions that you're asking are the kinds of questions that I feel a lot of people would have as they're realizing that like, hey, this cave that, not to insultingly use the Plato's cave analogy for 5th edition, but like, their 5th edition may just be shapes on a wall, and I can leave the cave and see that there are other games out here. And like, it's interesting to hear the questions that you're experiencing as we're looking at these adventures.
We're getting down to
I'm seeing,
like 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Not
I was
that
just
that
going to
wasn't.
comment that some of these locations are radically different from each other. If you scroll back up, I was looking at 8 and 10, which are right next to each other, the Boiling Waters and the Lava Cave. The Boiling Waters, there's an entire orc fleet of ships, and there's plus a monster, this octopus. And then right next to it, in the exact same length number of words, the Lava Cave, there's a cave with a chest. So that's
Yeah.
it. So there's radically different assumptions being made about how much content there is in each location,
Right.
and what you're going to encounter, and how much work the GM is going to do in each one. So
Right.
it feels a little uneven just looking at it like that.
I think you highlighting that is what has made me uncomfortable about the Mystic Forest and like this horned hare stat block. Like that's a lot of text for what it is. And to Jordan's point, like just give me the absolute minimum, or give me everything so that I don't have to do any work. Or if it's so little, like just make it a note so that I know that it's just a little bit. And like what you were saying, Joe, the lava fall cave being that verbose. No, I totally agree with you. The gash.
Looking at the end game of
Yes.
this, there's a ton of great. I mean, we're sort of skipping over this page 7 here or whatever. Not 7. My things. Page 11 and 12. But on the last thing, it's like you have a final boss room, which I think is fantastic. We're talking about that's very good video game tropes. It's got 18 A, B, C, D. It's labeled on this map. It's on the same page as its information. It's passing all of our like previous text. It's talking about the overcastigator. Like it said at the beginning, the overcastigator is spreading darkness every 3 days to like another hex, another area.
Point. Yeah.
It says hex. This is one point that I'm confused about. It says hex, and it says that it's
hex.
also, if it's not turned off correctly, like you're trying to get these 5 keys, and if you don't have all 5 keys and you mess up a check, it'll blow up in 15 minutes of real time, dealing 5d100 damage to everything within the hex. I'm a little confused. Is the hex number 18, or is the hex the entire bridge that we're in?
There was a statement that was made at the beginning of the adventure that said that you could drop this whole adventure into a hex. So
right.
I'm
I
assuming
remember that.
The entire area blows up.
So that means everything blows up when that happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you
Either way,
if you don't have the teleports spell, you're basically screwed.
Right. So it's like, okay, disarm it correctly, or in 15 minutes everybody dies. But if it's like a 15-minute timer and there's no way to escape, like then anyway, that's not like I'm just personally confused. The reason I bring all that up is there is a very clear goal. There is an objective to get the keys. There's a place you need to go. This is very Breath of the Wild-esque of like, get the things, or don't skip all of them and just like be amazing at your checks when you get to the end. There's bad guys here. I'm not sure there's a boss. Well, there's any leftover roughnecks could be here. I think it could be a little bit more clear about where the NPCs are and where the roughnecks are, at a glance sort of clearness. But I really like that I have a campaign here. Like I have a goal to do long-term. I think I think this does this better than any other adventure we've read so far.
Yeah. No, yeah, this is like a full playable campaign for sure. I agree.
Yeah, not a one shot. Yeah. Totally.
No, definitely not. No, definitely a small campaign.
3 sessions.
Yeah. That's something I bumped into on a blog post somewhere, was the rise of the 6-shot or a revolver campaign. I think this might be
sure.
Someone was looking for a catchy title for a blog post. Because
but yeah. Joe, did you have anything you want to add? It looks like Jordan's got a quick phone call he's on.
Now that we've scrolled through the whole thing, the layout is starting to get heavy for me, and I want to simplify it. I want to improve the contrast on the page. The lavender on off-white is getting rough on my eyes. I do like a lot of the decisions that are made. I love that there are stat blocks scattered throughout right where there should be. I would want to read it in detail to see how much it's providing what I need, the same thing we were just talking about, versus how much work it's leaving for me, and if that's consistent throughout.
Right. I think I've shared all of my notes so far. I don't have anything else to add. So
to me, this is a clear number 1 I mean,
Ooh.
there's always things that could be better, but the chat,
Right.
there's also like 6 people in the chat that are like, I'm going to run this, like,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan's back.
Jordan's back. Okay.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I think I said enough of my thoughts on it, so we can
Okay.
keep moving.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so I think
Sweet.
we're about to go to the number 1, or no, excuse me, the
Number
number 2,
Ooh.
which is Cairn Climber.
So immediate question. Is this a reference to the RPG Karen in any way?
Or the video game.
Or the video game.
Oh, right. Fair,
Yeah.
fair. Of course.
Okay.
Ice Climber. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So
a dark fantasy action RPG.
remember
Leaning in
Facts
on the
Manager.
use of Helvetica, just like the old NES info books. Ice Climber.
Ice Climber, Foxendur,
Faxanadu.
Faxanadu.
Come on, man.
Oh, sorry.
Come
Words.
Bad Racer.
And Rad Racer are the inspiration.
With pairing with 3D glasses. What?
I don't remember.
There was
that.
a red
That's
green
amazing.
3D glasses. Oh my gosh. I'm texting Brian Wisner right now. Brian, are you on the is Wiz in the he's the organizer of Pittsburgh Gaming Expo that is like equal part video game TTRPG. I'm telling him I want to play this game. I'm not gonna do it now. It'll take me a while to look up his phone number. But anyway.
I don't see an author
No, I don't see an author.
in this document. It's
Yeah.
probably on the main
Okay.
page, but
So we have
created by
all right.
Quest Requests.
We have 9 pages. Is this 8.5 by 11? It looks like it's half page.
It's very tall.
Yeah, it looks like it's a half page,
Yeah.
but it's 9 pages. So it's not a book.
It's not enough.
Yep. If it's not a book. Okay. The Spire of High Cairn offers refuge from the harsh reality of winter. The elven monks offer sanctuary to all of good intention within their mountaintop monastery. The climb is not a trial for the faint of heart, but the magic monastery wards away the cold weather, bringing pilgrims and travelers each year to attempt the ascension. Not all is right, however, for an evil sorceress has corrupted the neighboring dwarven kingdom and has sent her forces to the High Cairn to claim it as her own. In her palace, she has acquired a dragon egg and intends to hatch it to warm the conditions of the elven monastery. Now the climb to the haven of High Cairn is rife with peril. The lone spire is dotted with ledges, ropes, and pythons to aid the climb. But now the party is not alone. Monsters and undead are attempting to climb as well. Okay, so you got monsters chasing up behind you. We all know what we've got to do. We've got to get to the top.
Yep.
I'm going to assume that page 3, that's, okay, 1, 2. So this is the first, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cheat. Where is it? Dual.
Yeah, spread view.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do. Except 3. Where's 4 and 5? Oh, nope. Can I do dual continuous odd pages left? Is that right? There we go. That's right. Except now that puts this in a weird arrangement. Desktop publishing is fun. Okay. But at least we get the interior pages laid out correctly. So we've got the hex key on the opposite side of that was the intent. Looking at the
Yeah, okay.
the page
Right.
numbers would be on the
You
outside
can see
corner,
the
right?
number. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
So it's crumpled in the
All
snow.
right, so it's got the
One wears a
key.
suit of +1 plate mail, and the other has a spellbook containing burning hands, floating dust, and fireball.
Each hex is roughly 60-foot sized zones of the climb. That's cool that it's a very small hex crawl. Like,
Right.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a 60-foot hex.
So I have, in a very weird location, the 3rd edition Diablo supplement. There was
Oh.
a supplement for the video game Diablo called Diablerie that allowed you to turn your 3rd edition D&D game into like effectively D&D as a board game as Diablo.
Ooh.
And it used hexes that were about this size
Interesting.
because it was replicating Diablo 2.
So for Shadowdark with these hexes, it seems pretty clear. There's usually like some creature or treasure or both to interact with at each hex. So do you have to roll to see if they're friendly or hostile because of that scale? I did browse the Shadowdark GM pamphlet, but since you invited me to do this, so I did kind of review in my head how Shadowdark worked when I played it like a year and a half ago. And that was one of the things is like rolling to see how monsters feel about the group. Do you have to, is the intent that if it brings up a creature and it doesn't say like what their demeanor is towards the party you're rolling to see, or
yes,
yeah,
I would assume as such, yeah.
But in these hexes, I'm reading the descriptions. They seem to very clearly spell out how each of these NPCs is feeling or what they want. So easier.
Yeah, number 9 in particular made me think she's confused. But what, you know, that's so it seemed like there's some stuff to sort out there.
Oh my gosh,
that's cool.
Yeah,
they used really good use of I don't know, was it Affinity or InDesign they were using to do this, to point to other locations in the document.
Nice work.
Yeah, internal linking.
Cool.
Yeah, internal linking.
Yeah, that's
By the
cool.
way, as a Linux user, one of the reasons I have not published any adventures is because I use Linux, and I cannot be bothered with using Scribus, the open source desktop publishing application, because it's awful. But I've recently discovered a markup language called Typest that is basically every bit as powerful, and in some ways more powerful than InDesign. If you are familiar, or if you are comfortable with actually writing code to do your markup. So
I played that
immediately speaking to 5% of his audience.
I know. However, if that could be interesting to some people, I would be willing to do a live stream walking through like how to do markup, because I'm currently working through making an adventure to give away as a gift to the guests of Green Dragon Fests in May. So
nice. This next page really explains a lot. This is the game right here. The hex climb. All the remaining pages, just to give you reference, there are just NPCs and items. So this is the page.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm gonna run to the restroom.
Cool. Each hex is roughly 60 foot size. The longer the party takes, the greater chance they'll meet the Mountain King. Moving to a new hex, roll 2d6 to determine if they roll what the feature, counter, and hazard are. I love that you get 3 things all at once. Very good system for kind of a...
They clearly want each hex to be a very intense experience that you spend time on.
Right.
Although it does put a lot of work on the GM to take those 3 things on the fly and then invent a scene.
Here's a question.
Yes.
When you have 60-foot hexes, unless we're specifically leaning into some sort of fog of war mechanic, which is why Diablo did it, because you could only see 120 feet in the world of Diablo 3. And that it's the only reason I'm asking this question. Why is there there's no head nod here that there's like a blizzard ongoing or anything. So visibility is not obscured. You're climbing up a cairn to these little nodules. Why would you even use a hex? Why would it not just be a linear point?
I assume, and I'm just guessing, I would, if I was running this, I would run it as the climbing itself is an intense element. Like it's a sheer face. We need ropes, we need pitons, we need ledges and ice boots and whatever. There's a huge risk of falling. Maybe there's gusts of winds. Like the climbing is going to be a big mechanic. So if you can make it up 60 feet, that's a big achievement. I would probably have it be, if not a blizzard, then at least like whiteout conditions. Like this would be a huge element. And then if you manage to claw your way up 60 feet, which is 6 stories of a building on an icy face, which is terrifying. Right.
Brutal.
And then there's a bunch of, zombie elves or something there. Like that could be hours of real time.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I would bring that element to life, because I assume that the whole adventure is the climb.
Yes.
unless there's a big dungeon at the top.
Yeah, that's such a fascinating thing to sit here and think about. Like what that would be like to just be up a sheer, and then you get up to the top of like this precipice, and the Mountain King is just sitting there with his like axe or whatever, and like you're scrambling to get over the lip of the cliff as he's whacking you with his axe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, those would be very intense scenes.
Yeah, brutal. Because then he's like shoving you off of the cairn into the white mist below.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this would you would tell your players like this is like a survival horror episode.
The cute artwork is very deceptive.
Yeah,
it's a little bit Adventure Time.
Hazard, chilling wind.
I mean it's the ice climbers thing with the rad racer put in.
Yes,
That's like you're racing up the mountain, and then the dark fantasy of Faxadu. Is that how you say it?
Faxanadu?
Faxanadu. Sorry, yeah, I tried. So that's like the top.
I think I'm as I'm sitting here looking at this, I think I would have liked to seen a more evenly spread table rather than using a 2d6 bell curve for each of these, because it's what this means is that probably 1/3 or so, maybe a quarter of the rolls that you make are going to be a dead climber with 1d4 elven zombies and an ice block.
Yeah, that's going to happen a lot.
Totally agree.
That's going to be with like 7 to 9 or 3 to 6. Like that's a lot. And then like another 25% is going to be a dead tree. And
I think there was a
dwarves and a chilling wind.
Yeah, there's like a missed opportunity here to do kind of like the depth crawl a little bit, or like a cross off table where it's a D12, but every time you roll an item, you cross it off. And then if you roll that item again, you immediately just bump down to the next number.
To the next, yeah.
It's something like that, because then it's always fresh and you'll hit everything, and you won't hit the rope elevator until, like later.
It gets worse as you go. Absolutely.
Right.
That
totally.
It keeps,
I agree there.
Even if you only roll the D8 on a D12 thing, but when you cross stuff off, it pushed you down. I mean, eventually you would get.
That's an interesting idea.
I've seen that too. That's a great idea.
Combining the two things together. I think that would make it. I think that would make the progression as a player and as a GM, because it's like nothing worse than rolling the same thing 4 times in a row. You're just like, and I know you could mentally do it, but like, that's what we're buying the module for. Again, do the work for us.
Sure.
Okay, so the Mountain King is dope. The artwork there is so cool.
Really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has a sword stuck in him that you can rip out. That's awesome.
That's badass. The Dragon Blade. DC 20 strength check to rip it out of his body. Heck yes.
Love that it's so hard. Love that.
My gosh. I feel like this adventure, just like from the artwork there too, that it is inspired by, what is that, like Windows 95 ski game?
Yeah.
The Yeti comes and eats you. Yeah. I love that the 3D glasses are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't the ice climbers wear 3D glasses?
Well, those look very much like the whalebone carved Inuit glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
The visors. No, it's very cool.
Cool design. Mighty Mallet, ice climbers, Dragon Blade. It's cool. It's done well. I think I really miss a meaningful interaction at the top. And I mean, what I mean by that is a single spread that is like more like a dungeon that we've seen in some of these other ones. That's like, I think I want a little bit more payoff at the top to really be excited. Like if I picked this up at a con and was flipping through it, I'd be like, oh, what is this? Like more than just a monster with a hazard table.
Right. Yeah. Gosh, my laptop is
I have the same problem on mine. Okay. I think it's really heavy on the data.
On the images.
Graphic heavy. No, I agree that there should be something at the top, or those hexes need to be a lot denser and more interesting.
I think
otherwise you're just fighting your way up.
Right. There could use a whole spread of interesting encounters that are like, that are not just you fight something. I mean, fighting stuff is whatever. I could go on a whole tangent there.
Well, if we've gone over 8 pages here, then we effectively force ourselves to pick up another 3 than what we've got.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
like a revision version of this is go ahead and make 12 pages and add those things where needed. Also,
Yeah.
the
I think-
layout,
Good.
there's something funky with the layout going on here. Like this
Yeah,
feels like
yeah.
it should be the back page, but then there's also this other back page.
Agreed.
That one down here. I don't know. Okay.
I kind of like that it has all that. Like, where did this come from up front? And honestly,
yeah.
of all the ones we've looked at, this is the one I'm most inclined to run. It seems like it's not bombarding me with too much. It's just like, here's a bunch of monsters and you're climbing a thing. Have fun. You know,
and the hex key does have interesting stuff on it. I guess that's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
It seems like the most like I can't mess this up out of all of them. There's not like some detail I'm gonna miss that makes it all like not make sense, or I missed a key thing. It's just this seems like I really can just open it up and just be like, all right, everyone, climb the spire and the cairn, and there's gonna be scary monsters and stuff. Like it seems simple. I like that about it.
I think my problem is if you ran this for me and played this and someone's like, hey, how was your game? I was like, it was cool. We climbed a mountain and we fought a giant.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it was cool on the
Except
way,
it was
but
intense, man.
that's it. Yeah.
That's how I guess I read a lot of these like they're supposed to be one shots. I don't know if that's true. And so one shots are often that way. It's often like just like let's do a one thing that the DM prepared, the GM, and
Right.
Yeah.
I like it when there's like reasons behind it and that sort of stuff. But I kind of like that this didn't like when I was saying I like when they either give you just barely anything or give you everything. This feels like it's on the like you can have some fun filling in the details because there's not some detail that you're going to accidentally mess up that you missed. It's just add whatever you want and have fun running this. It's like on that end of it, and I like that.
Yeah, and Quest for Quests in the chat says I wanted to essentially make an Ice Climbers platformer for Shadowdark and keep it simple. So
Absolutely.
I think they definitely succeeded in that.
Yeah, it's charming and straightforward. It's great. I would definitely put this between 2 other adventures.
Yeah.
It looks fun. It looks super fun.
Yeah, it does look fun.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Any other final thoughts? We good?
Are we good here? I think we're good. Let's move on to
a few typos, though. I did notice. Yeah.
I can't even spell typos, so I'm not.
So this next one, where is it? Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Is this number 1?
Crypt of the Child.
Crypt of the Child.
Gristle and Vine.
Gristle and Vine.
Gristle and
Their
Vine.
inspiration, a gothic dungeon crawl adventure for mid-level adventurers.
I have
go ahead,
I have very high expectations for this one, considering the individual who created this module, Cry, is a returning finalist from last year. So I think they placed 4th, 3rd last year. So this is in the first position by community voting. So and they had an outstanding adventure last year as well. So anyway, Tyler, please give us an introduction.
No, absolutely. Kid Dracula, play action football, Snake, Rattle, and Roll are the 3 inspirations from here for this.
Let's see. Game Boy spoof on Castlevania.
I was going to say, I was expecting Castlevania.
And then play action football is a generic isometric football game where teams only have city names to avoid licensing fees.
Clever, it's good, it's smart.
Yep. Snake, Rattle, and Roll is a game about a snake eating mushrooms while avoiding severed feet stamping on it while it hops about an isometric mat.
We've all been there.
Style.
Oh yeah. That's just Tuesday.
The severed feet made me think of potato sack races. So you see snakes being used as sacks, a big bad evil snake guy, and mushroom consumption utilized throughout the adventure.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay. So back page right out of the gate, the mushroom effects.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky day, heal for 1 HP with no adverse effects. Wooden limbs, photosynthesis. Okay, so when you spend 8 hours in the sun, you can heal 2d8 HP. That's cool.
Ooh, number 6. Sacrifice 3d8 HP to deal damage. What level is this for?
It's at mid-level.
Mid-level, so level 5.
Yeah, I don't think you can sacrifice 3d8 more than once at level 5.
Encounters and omens.
Smears of blood drag into the next room. A dead snake is pinned to the wall. Ghostly vision of townsfolk. Death in this room plays out before you. This is a weird one. A ghostly vision of a townsfolk death, because then it's on the GM to describe the death. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, does that death matter? You know, like we don't know right now.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't roll this till later, but even still.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so let's see. The next point to check would be: is the adventure going to tell us what we're doing?
I'm thirsty. 1 year ago in a tavern, a giant snake like worm rattled its way through the floor and devoured the patrons, leaving a hole from its tiny voice ringing out, "I'm thirsty." The townsfolk immediately lowered a large basin rope to rescue the missing child. Hope that was, until the child spoke again. "Please invite me in." The men stopped pulling the rope, hair on end, temperature dropping, blood pressure rising. They asked the child to repeat herself, so she did. They released the rope. For many months, the voice called out with the same 2 phrases, sometimes angry, sometimes bargaining. The townsfolk built over the hole, fearful of the vampire child. Anyone who fell was presumed dead. Then the forest yawned. In the lich woods, the forest is alive. It opens its maw from canyons. It yawns, and the grounds quake. It sneezes, and winds blow poison through the leaves. When the forest yawned, the tavern collapsed into the hole. History repeated. Townsfolk fell. But the voice is silent. Townsfolk demand answers. They want to burn the cursed tavern down. The tavern keeper put out a call for adventurers to brave the hole and get answers. The writing style this is probably the most unique writing style of the adventures that I've seen so far. Like, it has a particular creative voice that I'm not even sure Cry used in the prior adventure, thinking back to... Now I'm going to have to go look at that adventure and see before I just start talking out of my rear here.
That's very nice. It's very atmospheric. It's got a lot of elements going on, though.
It does.
It's introduction.
It's like
vampire in a hole, I get, but then there's this whole other element with the snake in the forest and the whatever the current problem is, which feels very different.
It's a little purple prose instead of OSR to the point.
Yeah,
not that it's bad prose. I'm not saying
no. It's setting a scene. It's nice.
Yeah.
What do you mean by purple prose? I've never heard that before.
Purple prose is like when it's robust, like too many words, like robust, or you're using 10 words when you could use 3.
Gotcha.
It's like a literary term.
Gotcha.
Also, I've read.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's usually said negatively.
Yeah, I want to be clear. I think the writing is good, but
tickets.
like as an adventure introduction in the OSR community, you know, they're at contrast with each other.
Right. Rumors the Count's mother was dying. A man promised to save her from the disease ravaging her frail body. She woke up a vampire. The Count couldn't bear to see the vile beast, so she became... Yeah, this
is confusing. There's a lot going on. Like, if my players rolled like number 2, I bet the giant snake thing swallowed the foul creature. Would you do us a favor? Wait, can a vampire die if being eaten without being killed? Like,
yeah,
what do I do with that?
My players are going to be like, wait, which part am I focusing on? There's
there's a lot going on,
and now we're confused about how to kill the vampire. It's not pointing my players in a straight direction. And I don't know how much that's
actionable.
Intent.
Yeah,
less actionable. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a rumor where the players are more confused on what to do next is a rumor I don't want to read out loud.
No, we want to point them in a direction so we can start the game.
This rumor feels like a good rumor. Never seen a snake with 8 eyes before. It creeped me out. I suspected some eldritch abomination. Like, okay, where did you see that?
Yeah,
like now, like, because there's enough to latch onto.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what was it? I saw some viral meme. Is this going to be a trope on my channel now on live streams? Dating advice. Chubby Funster was on my stream and kept having jokes about dating advice from 3 days ago. But there was some viral dating advice girl that went through, and it's like, guys, I'm going to tell you how to get a girl to like you, and this is it. She's going to say, I went and ate breakfast, and you say, breakfast? That sounds interesting. Tell me more. And then you just shut up. It's like, just ask her to describe the breakfast. And I think this is like the same kind of thing. Like the guy says, I've never seen a snake with my own 8 eyes before. And a snake with 8 eyes, tell me more. Like you get one thing that you can latch onto as like a sort of a hook for dialogue that the other 3 rumors don't have.
I have to leave very, very soon.
Oh man.
Unfortunately. But so not to stop talking about it, but if there's any major points we want to hit.
How much time do you actually have?
10 minutes, 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try to do it as earnestly as we can in 8 minutes, and we'll give 4 minutes for the final go over. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. 4 factions is a large number of factions. One is the town, and 3 are bad guys, and one of them is an individual. All right. It's a lot to track on if they have relationships with each other. Let's see where they go.
So far, it feels like when I took calculus in college, and it felt like I walked in the middle of the semester, and everyone knew what was going on but me.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I do love this isometric map. It's very pretty.
Wow.
It's got a lot of good detail.
Yeah.
I mean, this page is fantastic. Obviously.
Yeah. Random encounters. 1d6 omens. Okay, so again, the map is on pages 5 and 6, and the next spread is the staple spread. I could see somebody getting away with putting the map in the middle of the booklet if it were in the actual middle of the booklet, because it's easy to find the staple spread.
Sure. The other problem is
it being here is a little awkward, especially considering on the gutter there's a lot of key information right here.
Yeah, 4 and 9 would be very
9
hard to read.
Would be really
in an
hard
actual
to read.
book.
Yeah.
I do want to give them props. These are all hyperlinked, the internal quick links to the pages.
Outstanding.
That's really awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah.
If you're running it digitally. But as we talked about before, I don't know what room 11 is without clicking on it and moving there. There's no key on this page. If we talked about, like, I don't want to have to flip pages to look at a glance.
Right. I also appreciate both of those tables are D6 unless you harm Mallory and they become D8s. So
yes,
it does double down.
See, we're talking about that depth crawl / increased threat thing. I think that's great. That's great design.
Another alternative I might like to see is, and I don't know exactly how you do this very cleanly in one column, but just getting rid of the first 2 encounters and still rolling a D6, but only using the last 6 instead of the first 6.
You could say +2 if Mallory's
+2 if,
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
that's cool. D6 +2. I like that. Yeah.
Area descriptions.
Cool. No, I like that first line where it says something like dark monster treasure. It tells you exactly what you're about to do. I love it.
Yeah.
That leads to,
simplify.
The idea, Jordan's point, right? Jordan's given okay symbols here. That's very good. That you get the minimalist. I can run it, again, three whiskeys deep, Saturday night at a con, or I can read the whole thing and have great detail.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly an experienced writer.
Yeah. What are your thoughts so far, Jordan?
Now that we've gotten to once we got to the map and we're learning about the different areas to get into, I'm really digging it. I feel like this is something I could pick up and run and we're not messing something up.
Right.
Also, the artwork is awesome.
Yeah, the artwork is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The vampire child Mallory. The use of the the little oh my gosh, what do you call it? The margin column here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like it's a really slick use of that space.
the side column for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty common trend on the good adventures, I would say that I've seen. And I mean, just out, Joe, don't you do that? Like,
I use 2 columns, so
yeah,
I'm
okay,
but
got it.
sure.
Yeah, that's like a quick reference on the side. I think it's great.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is excellent layout. No, I like these locations. They've got interactivity. We've got people. We've got data. We've got treasure. It looks pretty easy to read and parse.
Yeah.
Again, I don't. Everyone likes this lavender color. Stop using lavender. I can't.
I do
read
like
it.
They've done well though, being like it's a 3-color or 4-color print basically.
Right.
It's white,
Yeah,
black, lavender, and then
blue.
2 accent colors. Yeah.
No, presentation's really good.
That's
I like
very
the
nice.
fonts.
Yeah, the
Good.
use of this typeface as the heading typeface.
You don't like it?
No, it's fine. I wish it were just a bit bigger.
Yeah,
a
it's at the
little
edge.
hard
to
Hard to read.
at that
Yes, I
size.
agree.
Yeah. I would. Yeah.
Mhm.
That could go up a couple points for sure.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure
Not
younger
much.
readers are finding it fine.
Yeah, exactly. I am 40 years old.
Only 40. That's adorable.
No, not quite. I've got 3 more months.
Not even 40. Go.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
How many months is
each
it?
of these
2.
rooms. So does it the Joe Lewis lever test?
Oh my god.
How are we doing there?
No, this looks great. There's stuff to interact with. There are objects. There are people.
Yeah.
There's treasure. There's monsters. It's got all the stuff.
Yeah, at the beginning when it went straight into like the factions and stuff like that, I was like, oh, is this gonna be like some complicated Vampire the Masquerade like level stuff? But once we got to the map and stuff, I was like, no, okay, there's clearly
Yeah.
some flow here that isn't like some grand political intrigue. So yeah.
No, this is singing. This is great.
Okay, so then the next $1 million question: what's the climax?
Yeah.
What's the
Can we
Yeah.
wrap this up
end? What are you supposed to be doing?
before we lose Tyler.
Yeah.
Giant worm. Love it.
Sorry.
Giant worm. There it is.
Yeah.
It ends on Dune. Well, you win. Dune wins.
Giant leech. It's really cool. Cool artwork. So
Yeah.
like, but no, seriously, like, are you dungeon delving? Like at this point, I'm not, without reading every single room, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing, what the players are supposed to be doing.
I think they just go down into the dungeon, into the well,
Hooks.
to figure out what the heck is this little girl down here, and then
Okay.
you come across the well.
The hook is keep whatever you find. Just find me some survivors, 50 gold ahead, and tell me the child is not freed. Fail that and need answers. Failing that, I need answers. Sorry.
Where did you read that?
Page
The
3, bottom of page 3.
Strum.
Page
Right.
3.
Bottom.
The hooks
Yeah.
box.
Shroom. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's what I needed. That's what I
Yeah.
just skimmed over.
Highlight that. Make that. We can lose some of this text and focus on that.
Yeah.
I would say,
What's the tasking?
yeah, you could put that at the top, like above. I would rewrite the "I'm
Make those
thirsty,
clear
please invite me
bullets.
in"
Yeah.
section. I
In
just
fact,
want
I-
to be a little bit more clear of what's going on. But otherwise, I mean, this is like super great. Like, I want to play this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too.
You know.
Dang it.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
my timer
so-
just went off.
Yeah, your timer just went off. We've got 4 minutes to discuss.
Sorry.
No, I appreciate the time crunch. How do we feel about this adventure? Do we agree with the community as voted that this is the winner? Are
Yes.
I really
yes.
like
The people are correct.
Rumble at Rama Ridge was my favorite to this point. I felt like it, you have like a whole campaign and stuff. Even
Right.
though I'm not a big fan of 8-bit art, that's just a personal preference. Thought it was well executed, well done, and good design with the roll tables, information on the page. But I think this one has the least amount of things that need to be like updated to make it like
Right.
absolute primo. And it is the like, I got a full map. I want to print that map out, like a player facing version or whatever.
Right.
There's a story. There's fantastic art. Like, this is a really, like, I'd buy this for $15 at
Yep.
in a zine at a con.
Absolutely.
No problem.
In fact, we get this image standalone as a file.
Nice. Great.
So
Yeah,
hypothetically, you
that.
could run it in a VTT.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah.
I'd love to also see another version that's not keyed with. Well, I guess the numbers can stay.
Yeah.
But I always like having the option. Well,
Yeah.
VTTs, you would definitely remove the numbers so the players can't see them.
Yeah.
I like that option for sure.
That's just because I make those for a living. Yeah, this is fantastic. I mean, great work to the whole team that worked on this.
Yeah, no, home run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
you killed my Battlewugs. I was still gonna I was holding out for Battlewugs until I saw this.
Holding out for Battlewugs.
I want to be clear about it that like even the graphic design aside of it, that like if you remove all the art, like obviously the art makes the presentation really good.
Right.
The writer themselves at the words, they're hitting us with the short version, the long version. It's organized, it's keyed, it's numbered. I don't have to flip pages very often. There's levers to pull. Like our whole little matrix of OSR adventures that we've come up with on this call, like it's checking all of them. In the 8 to 10 category on a scale of 10.
Right.
Absolutely.
Jordan?
Yeah, I agree. This is something this and the Karen one, the Ice Climbers thing. Like the Ice Climbers thing, if I just wanted to have like a fun like battle with like a few interesting things, not overthinking it, do that one. If I want something that's like, hey, it's Halloween, I've got a really fun adventure, it's gonna have lots of choices and spooky stuff, and I'm not gonna get confused running it, this is like perfect. And I don't feel like this is out of the realm of a one shot either. And so very impressed.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Joe?
Yeah, no, it's beautiful and smart.
Yep.
It's the whole package.
I just noticed a little detail I got to call out right here that I've
no.
never seen before, and I think now in my brain I can't unsee it. The stats are abbreviated with different letters. Strength, dexterity, constitution are as you would expect. SDC. Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are not. I mean, I and W, sure, but Z for charisma is just so good.
The Riz. Sure is.
I hate it now. I'm back to Battlewugs. Youth. That's fine. It's wonderful.
Well, I guess we've made a decision. Do we all agree? Are we all thumbs up? This is the winner. We agree.
It's the winner.
All right.
Well done,
complete
Craig.
package.
Yeah, I was holding out for what is it? The point crawl one. I thought that one was really cool. And then when I saw the ice climber one, I was like, all right, this one's winning. And man, this one does just barely edge it out for me. Like, I think my first impression was a little weak. I think this 2-page spread is absolutely the weakest part of the adventure. Definitely,
I agree.
That also put me off.
Yeah,
then I saw the map and I was right back on again.
Then, once we got into the room keys, I was like, okay,
it's finally perfect. It's
congrats to Nick the Soup. Nick likes the soup in the chat. It's his adventure.
Nick likes the soup. So just shoot me a message on Discord or send me an email. I think you've already been in contact with me before, and I know you have, in fact. So anyway, we'll figure it out from there, and we'll make sure that we get you hooked up with the grand prize for winning the Game Jam. Thanks again to everybody who participated and joined and made this successful.
Great job.
Round of applause to everybody.
I really enjoyed
everybody who voted.
Fantastic.
I appreciate you doing that. It means a lot that we can do this every year, and hopefully we can do this again next year. I'm cooking up something a little more crazy for next year, just a little bit more wild.
16-bit.
No, it won't be 16-bit. I have a feeling instead of creating a module, it might be I'm not going to oversell it, but it might be that we're all collaborating to create a game world together on the fly. I've got to write some software to actually make it work. I don't know if I can pull this off. I've got to test it, but it'll be super cool if we could like compile a list of modules that all make one cohesive game world together, and then we all
Be
vote on
fantastic.
the best part. But anyway, thanks so much for joining, guys. Where can everybody find each of you?
I am findable at flutesloot.com or the Flutesloot YouTube channel.
Awesome.
I am Joseph R. Lewis. I am findable at josephrlewis1 and on YouTube and just about everywhere as Joseph R. Lewis.
Excellent. Tyler?
I work for Limithron, so makers of Pirate Borg. I'm the quartermaster. I'm Sort24 in the Discord. Emails Tyler at limithron.com or anything you email us at and stuff. And we love having people run games with us anytime you want to come talk and hang out.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. And
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well,
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
thank
No,
you.
glad to host it. Cool. All right. See you guys, everybody.
Yeah.
Have
See
a great
ya.
night.
Happy sailing.
Now, how do I turn it off? We're still live. Where did my
We're
windows
trapped.
go?
We can't get out of the screens.
Can't get out of the screen. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just gonna
We live on
literally
YouTube now.
open each one of them until I find. There it is. End stream.
Well done.
Awesome.